All right, what's up, everybody? It is Nicholas Atkin on SCMP MMA's live fight companion for One Championships all kickboxing card. First strike is Friday night here in Hong Kong. I am going to be joined by the main man, Leon Jennings from Asian Persuasion MMA, any minute now. We may also have Christopher Edwards Bailey, but it's a slim crew today. Jon Jones, I think, is over in Thailand. He's traveling. I don't know where everyone else is, but we're here. We're still going to cover this card. I can't wait to see it. Good to see people in the chat already. Hope you're all doing very well. The action gets underway in about 37 minutes, I think. We will be bringing you all of that stuff. We're going to preview the card a little bit because we didn't do a preview this week. Work got in the way. I had to do other stuff for SCMP. Sadly, I do have other duties sometimes. I had to look after the sports desk on Thursday when I normally do the previews. But Leon and I are going to break down every fight in this card. We're going to give you our predictions and everything and we want you to give us your predictions. Michael Owens in the chat. Oi, oi. How you doing, Michael? Congratulations on your recent good news, sir. And Al C saying, yeah, apparently I was on the one promo video of this card alongside Baz Rutten and others. It was cool. Yes, I was completely out of my depth there. People like Henry Hooft as well talking about this card, and they chose me to talk about it, and I'm not sure I was the best proponent of the information, but I hope I gave my best. I am not the most knowledgeable on kickboxing. I'm saying it straight up, but Leon is definitely going to know a little bit more. He'll be joining us very soon, and we're going to try and bring you a good wholesome show. But let us know any questions, any comments in the chat you want answered before the action gets underway. I think just about half an hour soon. Wayne in the chat, Wayne Denton saying MMA Holes sent me. Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that another website or YouTube channel? Sounds good. Nick is the man, says Chris. That's very nice of you, Chris. I think Chris will be joining us eventually. I'm not sure. I'm trying to negotiate with him. I was in some transfer. It was like the transfer window. I was trying to bring him in. We'll see if he joins up later on. He was out having a burger. Very important stuff, man. I want a burger as well. But Chris, I've just started keto again. So today is the first day of keto. I'm back. I got Dragon Waters. Those are always good. But anyways, let us know, anyone, if you have any questions, any comments. Still waiting on the main man, Leon, to hop in here. I'm super excited about this card. I'm going to bring up the Fanatics. If you haven't got Fanatics, by the way, go download it. It is the best fantasy MMA app out there. Also covers this card, the kickboxing. It covers everything you want. I'm going to send a little yellow ticker along the bottom there. You can see download Fanatics Fantasy MMA, get fanatics.app/SCMP. You can make your picks for everything. They do all the special cards, not just UFC 1, Bellator like that says. And you can compete against us in the chat. It's really fun. Go download it now. I have a little browser there. I will bring it up and we can preview this card. It's an awesome card. Great lineup. Little bit sad that given everything going on with Singapore with the COVID cases, they've had to, take away the live prelim element. It was an awesome card. They still had those fights earlier. I don't know any of the results, but they've pre-taped them. You're going to see those cards November. There are 2 cards. I don't know the exact dates, but there's going to be 2 more cards in November. They are pre-taped cards. We'll see all that action. And there's also some MMA on there. But the next live card will be next gen, I think, on October 29th. But the rest of these kickboxing fights you will see at some point in November, I think. Don't quote me on that. I often get things wrong. I should probably get them right. I am a journalist. But the problem with one, things change a lot frequently. So I mean, even last week I reported something, and within a day it all changed again. And yeah, it just sucks. But here we go. This is the card. The Dr. Giorgio Petrosian in the main event. This is going to be awesome against Superbon. Vacant title. Can't wait to see this fight. And we've also, of course, got the quarterfinals of the Grand Prix. It's going to be a banger. Oh, Marat Gregorian, Andy Sauer. Jesus Christ, look at all this. I mean, the kickboxing heads I follow on Twitter are all salivating at this card. They're saying it's the best kickboxing card there has been in a long time. I always loved the kickboxing in one, and I think we're in for a treat tonight. Sami Sana and Chingiz. Enrico Kale, what a guy, against David Korea. There was some issues, I think, with a hydration test for a couple of fighters, but I think they've passed the test I just saw. Chevello tweeted it out. Let's have a little look at that. So I think that fight is still on. Let me double check here. I saw someone tweet it out. It may not have been Chevello, but Andy Sauer and Chinga's passed the hydration test. That's it. So the fight is still on. That is good news because I want to see that fight. Very happy. I'm just getting some text here. Sorry, but anyways, let us know what fight are you looking forward to most. I like that main event. It's going to be a banger. Michael Owens. Leon still negotiating his release for video chat from his captors. Yeah, lay off Leon. I'm going to rely heavily on Leon here. So Leon is the man who's done the research. I'm going to pick his brains, get all of his opinions. Alan Bones Jones, good to see you again, sir. Long time no see. Great to see you back, Slick Nick. Hope life is going well for you all. Yeah, life is strange still in Hong Kong. We are not allowed to go anywhere or leave. We're all been in a perpetual state of lockdown for about 18 months at least now. But at least we have some good fights to watch. I would love to be there, but sadly cannot. Hopefully next year we'll be able to go back to some one championship cards. It is a great card, Alan. And yes, Alan is also looking forward to the main event most. If the doctor speaks for himself, absolute legend. Once was at the swimming pool in a hotel in Kuala Lumpur a few hours before the card. I think it was Giorgio's rematch with Pet Moricott, and he was just chilling in the pool doing some I wouldn't say laps, just he was sort of wafting around a little bit, soaking up some rays on the rooftop. And I thought, this is amazing. He's just chilling. He's very relaxed before his fight. He went out and beat him, and that was the rematch of the quarterfinal, the controversial quarterfinal that was overturned, of course. He went on to win the Grand Prix and $1 million. And now here he is fighting for this vacant title. Very good. Very good. But he's a very chill dude. I hope that says it all. Am I excited for Ryan Bader versus Corey Anderson tomorrow night? Honestly, the fight I'm most looking forward to. It is, Bellator actually, I think, has the best MMA card this weekend. It's better. I'm looking forward to that Bellator card more than UFC. Definitely UFC not serving up the greatest card on paper. I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone. I know people get a bit upset when you say, oh, you should watch all of them, but it's not the most thrilling card on paper. I'm sure it will still be fun and exciting when we all watch it. But I definitely think if you're weighing up which one to watch, if you're only going to pick one, I think Bellator is definitely far ahead. There's some very good fights on there. Bader v. Corey Anderson, very interesting. Our own Drake Riggs is on site, I do believe, doing some interviews. He's not covering it for SCMP, but you can check him out on all of his channels. Drake Riggs _ I think is his @ on Twitter. He's got all the lowdown and everything. Alan also saying, quick thoughts on Junior Santos making his AEW in-ring debut tonight. Okay. So I guess that'll be Saturday morning for me in Hong Kong. I will watch that. I'm not sure if I'll catch it live. Yeah, actually, no, it's decent time. It's about 10 a.m. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. More excited to see George Masvidal is in the mix there, I think, Alan, as well. He's going to be ringside. I definitely think I'm going to shoot some kind of angle with Masvidal again and maybe do a Masvidal-Chris Jericho match somewhere down the line. Although Masvidal is now looking like he's booked in against Leon Edwards, so I don't know if he can get physical, which might kill that whole thing. So I don't know. I would like Masvidal to get involved in that. I mean, he's the biggest star. I mean, out of everyone they've brought from American Top Team to be part of this angle in AEW, I think Masvidal, when he gave Chris Jericho the knee, that he baptized him, that was the biggest moment. JDS, there's a bunch of others, Paige Van Zant's there, Arlovsky, I think, turn up. I think Masvidal really got the biggest reaction at the Grand Slam show in New York, Arthur Ashe Stadium, by far, a long way. So hopefully Masvidal does something with AEW down the line. I could see him being a good fit in pro wrestling for a special angle like this. Yeah. When does the fight start? Where can I watch it? Osama bin Blaze it up. You can check it depending on which country you're in. You can probably watch it on YouTube. It depends though. If you're in, I don't know where you are. Let me know, Osama bin Blaze it up, and I'll try and tell you. In Hong Kong, we can get it on YouTube. If the country you're in has a broadcast deal with one, it's a little bit more difficult because it's not on YouTube, and then you've got to go through more surreptitious means to track it down. But I can also point you in the right way if you want on the down low. Alan saying, yes, I have liked seeing Masvidal on AEW, and I hope it's not another Mike Tyson, Chris Jericho shoving contest, and we never see them go at it again. That's key as well, Alan. I think, you know, you don't want to just tease Masvidal. I think there needs to be some kind of payoff. I was always thinking throughout this whole angle, yes, is this going anywhere? Is it going anywhere? It looks like they're going to do this match, and I think if you saw Tony Khan's leaked notes from that photo shoot, it seems they're doing American Top Team against Inner Circle again on the pay-per-view Full Gear, which is later this month or next month. I think it's November. Chris saying, Nick, are you a fan of Jurassic Fight Night, a dinosaur-based pro wrestling promotion out in Arizona? I've never seen it, Chris. It sounds fun, though. I like dinosaurs. I like fights. Both of them appeal to me. I can watch that. Petrosian's going to win from Thailand. A lot of support for Petrosian. Okay. Osama's in Croatia. I heard it was on YouTube, so I don't know how to find it. I'll be thankful if you can help. It should be on YouTube. I don't think Croatia has a deal with One Championship, so I think you'll be fine there, Osama bin Blaze it up. You just want to... It won't start, though, till 8:30, so you've got about 26 minutes, precisely 26 minutes, and then it will start. Just go to One Championship's official YouTube page, but don't go right now because, you know, it's not starting. So hang out here for a little bit and join the chat. Chris Edwards Bailey. Oh, apparently Alan's seen this. Oh, no, he just wants to check it out. Anyway, Nick, why haven't you made your picks? I'm going to make them live on air, but I'm waiting for Leon. I sent you the link, Leon. He's asking me for the link. Did I send him the link? Yeah, I did. Sorry, some admin here. I sent Leon the link earlier, but he's asking for the link again. Who am I to deny Leon? Here we go. But no excuses now. He's had the link again. Sent it him twice. Leon will be joining us very soon. And then we're going to make all of our picks, Chris. Don't you worry about that. I just like to wait until we are live on air for the thrill of it. But you can see there, Drake and Chris and M.O. Michael Owens have all gone for the Doctor in the main event. JHK going for Superbon. Interesting. I'm gonna make a preemptive strike here. Oh, I've got to do it on my phone, haven't I? Oh, jeez. Where is my phone? Okay, let's do this. I'm going for Superbon. Sorry, I'm not. I'm going for Giorgio. What am I talking about? I love the Doctor. Like I said, very chill guy. I think he's the best in the world. Everyone does, and I don't see any problems here. Let's do it. I'm just clicking onto it now. Oh, here's Leon. Let me add him into the chat. What's up, Leon? How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you for joining me. Just making my first official pick. I've gone for the Doctor.
Ooh.
You're not on the app, Leon, so your face isn't there. But who are you picking for this main event?
Yeah, I think it's as good as Superbon is, and he is good. Yeah, I'm backing Giorgio.
Yes, I can't see anything other than it. How are you though? Sorry, I'm being very rude. How have you been?
All good, mate. You're good.
You're outside again, not in your.
I am.
Your panic room.
No, because the TV's out here and it's a bit quieter at night.
Oh yes, I love all the sounds of the streets of Bali we get when you join us. The motorcycles and the dogs.
Yeah, the lizards.
Can't wait to see what wildlife turns up tonight. Osama bin Blaze It Up has found the link. That's awesome. So Osama, what you should do is have one browser open with the fights and one here, and then you could chat about it with all of us. Or if you've got a TV, a smart TV or something like that, do that. But anyway, Leon, I cut you off.
Quick, I was just saying, I've had every night, every day, every evening this week, I've had bats just fly around my head.
That's strange.
Cool. It is.
Why?
It's kind of coming from England. That's just the weirdest thing ever. But it's just so normal now. Every night about dusk, I get just like a bat or two just fly like round my front room and garden bit in circles for a couple of minutes. And if I'm standing or sitting there, it just whizzes past my head. It's pretty cool.
Bats. I hope they're not the bats, the bad bats that caused all of this craziness.
Yeah.
But
I haven't been bitten by one yet, so I'm all right.
that's good. That's good. All right.
That might give you some sort of super immunity.
It might
Being
do.
bitten by a bat, or could
Kind
turn
of.
into a Spider-Man version of Batman.
Oh yeah, they're a real Batman.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Please remember to like and subscribe, and follow us on all of these things on the yellow ticker below. If you haven't already, smash a like on the video. It really helps us with our algorithms and things. But Leon, we've got about 20 minutes, so let's just have a quick look at the rest of these fights. Marat Grigorian and Andy Sauer in the Grand Prix. This is a tough one to pick.
Yeah. Well, the more I've looked at, I think the more I'm favouring Marat. I think for a lot of people, he's the favourite going into this Grand Prix.
It's just the experience of Andy Sauer. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, he lost his first 2-1, then he won. He got back to winning ways and looked impressive his last one. But he is at the end of his career. He said if he doesn't win tonight, he's retiring. I think he said if he doesn't win the Grand Prix, he's retiring. So
Wow,
this could be
all or
a
nothing.
of a very sort of a glorious career.
Yeah, Fanatics, 64% of users going for Marat Grigorian. I'm going to join them. We did see Andy's debut, I think, Leon, didn't we, in Tokyo at a new era? Didn't go his way. What is that?
That's the fuck you lizard.
Oh my god, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you don't know, Leon has a gigantic lizard in his. Actually, that sounds a bit dodgy. There's a big lizard in Leon's apartment that says "fuck you" to him repeatedly.
He's outside now.
Say "fuck you" to Leon repeatedly, but the Leon, the Leon the lizard. Have you called him Leon?
Well, I did call one Gordon, but I think that was the girl because then he started bringing back another bigger one, which I guess might be a boyfriend. So sometimes I get two sleep behind or in the gap between my kitchen cabinet at night, which is pretty cool.
Maybe they just want to watch the fights. They want to hear.
They're pretty cool. Every now and then they're cool. They just head pops around corners and they just love looking, seeing what's going on.
Oh, I envy you. Your connection to the wildlife, Leon. Yeah, never deny the Cambodian king, as Power Pickle says. Okay, let's move on down the card quickly. We haven't got that long. It always creeps up, doesn't it? Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go for Tayfun Ozcan here, Leon. Who are you picking?
I'm going Sichichai. I think he's kind of my favourite to win the Grand Prix.
Oh, I'm the only one. I mean, I'm just trying to rock the boat a little bit here, but everyone else is going for Sichichai. So, if you don't know my rules when it comes to picking, I like to just randomly pick a few ones I know are probably not going to win, but it might get me some. Actually, the odds here are not even going to help me, are they? They're both plus 100. So yeah, maybe I'm going to switcheroo there. I've broken my own rule. I'm flip flopping. I'm joining the boys: Drake, Chris, JHK, Michael Owens, Leon. I'm going for Sichichai. Yeah,
he's a dangerous man. There was Ken. I mean, this is one debut, but he's got some big wins under his belt, including he's beaten Giga Shilads, is it? UFC fighter. Beat him in kickboxing a few years back.
Okay. Wow.
Who's obviously known for his he's known for his striking himself. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what unfolds there. I thought I might gamble on that one because I thought I might get some good odds because only 24% of people have picked him on Fanatics, but the odds are the same.
He's on a 13 fight win streak as well.
Yeah, the Turkish Turbine, great name. We'll see how that unfolds. But anyway, Sami Sana and Chingiz Alazov. This should be a barn burner. Hey, Leon.
This should be a good one. Yeah. I mean, Sami Sana, obviously finalist last Grand Prix. Chinga, he's a beast. He lost his one debut to Enrico Kerr. That was a close split decision. And before that, I think he'd won his 10 fights before that. So he came into one pretty good form. Yeah, he's a beast.
I'm going to gamble on Chingiz.
Actually, he won. He won his 28 fights before he lost the split decision to Kell.
Yeah, and I remember that fight was incredible. So I'm just feeling it.
One on TNT, one card, I think.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a feeling there. You know, I got to go against the grain somewhere tonight, so I'm going to do that.
And a little fun fact: he went 204-3 in his amateur career, which is pretty incredible.
That's insane. Some comments here. Michael Owens agrees with you, Leon, for once. Not often that happens. He probably favors Sitichai for the whole Grand Prix. Super Bond told me he does too, but probably because he's Thai. A 3-round fight with Gregorian could be close.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Chris going for Sami Sana says he's so much bigger.
Tallest man in the Grand Prix by quite a bit. 190 centimeters tall.
6'3". Chingiz is only 5'11". I'm sure you saw Sami walking around the hotel in Tokyo as well, Leon.
Yeah, I think Chingiz is the second tallest fighter in the Grand Prix, and he's 4 inches shorter. So Sami Sana, if he gets released, he's going to have big height advantage over everyone.
That's madness. Fun fact: they both tower over me. That's a given. Yeah, undeniable. Michael Owens says, fun fact: Kale versus Alazov set a new record for the most significant strikes landed in a 3-round Super Series fight. It was a banger, Mo. It was a banger indeed.
Well, Enrique Kale, I think he holds the record for the most significant strikes per round in the one Super Series. I think it's about 30 or 34 per round. So he's the busiest of anyone in this Grand Prix.
I'm looking forward to all of these fights, but let's quickly keep going. There was a bit of drama with the sour. They both made hydration. Is that what you call it? Making hydration?
Yeah, they had to be tested on this morning, which isn't ideal. Obviously, you want to pass your hydration test. If you fail even one of them, you've got to redo it on the morning of the fight, which isn't ideal because then obviously you've only got the rest of that day to, get your body back to 100%.
There we go. Well, the other quarterfinal here, Enrico Kale and David Kiria. Everyone going for Enrico Kale. I don't blame them. I think I didn't make my pick.
I'm a little bit surprised by that. I mean, Enrico Kale, I think he's a lot of people's dark horse going into this. He's only lost one fight in 4 or 5 in the Super Series, and that was to Sami Sana in the first round of the last Grand Prix. But like I said, he's the busiest fighter in the Grand Prix, and in fact, the whole one Super Series. Also, as well, he's a full-time policeman. Which is pretty crazy. Back in Germany,
87% of the users on Fanatics are picking the policeman, the copper, to win it.
I was surprised by that. David Kiviat, he lost his debut in one, but that was to Giorgio Petrosian. And again, they wouldn't have picked him to fight Petrosian if he wasn't a high-caliber fighter. So this is an interesting one. Yeah.
I mean, we are going to be spoiled, Leon, with some excellent fights tonight. That's we cannot deny. And then only one more made it. There was a cull of this whole card because of COVID again in Singapore. So Radia Pacic and Patrick Schmid. Let me bring it up. So Schmidty is back. Kickboxing. Didn't he go up and he fought Rugrug, didn't he? MMA, and it didn't go too well for him. But
no.
Here we go. He's back now.
And surprisingly, it was on the feet. He got destroyed.
Yeah,
which is kind of surprised.
It was, but only 9% of people are picking Schmidty and Radia Pacic 91%.
I'm not surprised by that. Really,
I am not either. I'm joining them. Everyone has swung left. Jake Riggs, Chris, JHK, and Michael Owens. So you're not debating it, are you, Leon?
No, I just think he looks class over Jake. I think he's got 2 highlight reel knockouts in one. His last one particular was against Zimmerman, was pretty spectacular. I think he's got big height difference. He's 10 years younger. I think he's only got about half the fight, but yeah, I'm still backing him.
Okay, well that is it. You've got our official picks. Let us know in the chat if you disagree with us, if you agree, what your favorite or the one you're most looking forward to. Let us know.
Got another little fun fact. I've got a few of these up my sleeve tonight.
Oh, good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, Opachik, he lost to Anthony Joshua in an amateur boxing contest.
Wow.
A few years
never
back.
knew that. AJ.
Yeah.
What did you make of Fury Wilder 3, Leon?
Crazy. Best boxing match I've seen in a long
Really?
time.
Yeah. I think since the first one, maybe.
I think even more exciting than the first one. I mean, the first one was good.
The first Fury Wilder was very good.
The fact that Fury coming back in that 12th round was pretty crazy in itself. But this fight was just, I mean, the knockdowns, the coming back, the fact that Wilder looked spent in the third round and then hung in there and then came back and knocked down Fury twice. Man, was it twice? Was it 3 times? I can't, lost count. Incredible. I mean, I don't know how anyone feels. For me, this might be a bit controversial, but I think after that performance, Wilder is the pound for pound better fighter of the two. I think a large part of the result is the fact that Fury weighed 40 pounds more. I know it's in heavyweight, isn't as big a difference as a flyweight fighting a lightweight, 40-pound difference, but 40-pound difference is massive, even at heavyweight. That's a huge difference. I mean, for me, that was the biggest difference. Don't get me wrong, he's the best heavyweight for years of this generation, but I think his size is a big factor.
But I think he made that clear coming in. I'm going to be bigger.
Yeah, and he even said it after. I don't know if you heard him speak to his dad on the phone. He just kept going. His dad was trying to compliment him. He was going, I was just so much bigger than him. But he was almost taking away credit from himself because, yeah, I mean, yeah, he made himself bigger. But if he was the same weight and gave him a lesson in boxing like he did the last time, that'd have been even more impressive. The fact that he was so much bigger, for me, took away a little bit. But I might be the only one there. I haven't heard anyone else mention that.
Well, I think we knew he was going to be heavy coming in, and it wasn't like his cardio suffered, and he was just looking to get him out in the 3rd or 4th round. He went 11 rounds, and he didn't look like he was slowing down. He's got the cardio of a middleweight. He's crazy, and
he's fairly small for a heavyweight of today, isn't he? If you look at, I'm saying that he's pretty tall, but if you look at how much Fury weighs compared to the Mike Tysons and Muhammad Ali's of the world, he's huge, height and weight wise.
Absolutely. I think Fury is far more technical, though. I think he showed his class, even when they were more similar in weight in the first fight. I think Fury won that fight. I
think he definitely won the first fight clearly. Second fight, he dominated, but then he was a lot bigger in that fight as well. But that was very one-sided. This one was very close. I mean, Fury said afterwards it could have gone either way.
I think it was close in terms of if he had gone to the scorecards, I think Fury would have won easily. But he was up in all the rounds after the 3rd round.
I mean, he lost one round 10-7, which is obviously
that was why. Yeah, it was. I was a little worried if it went to 12 rounds, maybe Wilder would get a decision. But I wouldn't say as close. I think Fury was on top for the second half of the fight easily. From round 6 onwards, he was definitely in control. But let us know what you think, guys. It was just a great fight, and yeah, good to see. Apparently, the pay-per-view numbers were pretty low for it, though. It was only like 600,000 in America.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it's a bit surprising, really, because the hype going into it. But then again, I think a lot of people thought Fury was going to win pretty easily. I think after last time, the fact that, and then the excuses afterwards, I think a lot of people just thought it's a foregone conclusion.
That's the problem. If you had that 3rd fight as the 2nd fight, then the 3rd fight pay-per-view buys would have been through the roof, I think. But the 2nd fight was very conclusive, and that's why. I mean, I wasn't even that excited going into it. I wasn't too bothered about seeing it again. I thought Fury was gonna walk through him again, and then when we saw the 3rd round, I think it was Fury knocked him down. I thought, yeah, here we go again. It's all over. But like you say, Leon, credit to Wilder, came back, knocked Fury down twice. Incredible fight. Alan went to see it at the movie theater. Where did you all watch it? I watched it at my friend's house, and Andy Barnes. Shout out to Andy Barnes, Soho Massive. We
What's
had
it like
McDonald's.
watching a fight or a fight card in a cinema? Let us know, because it
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
I've never done that.
experienced it.
You can't even. The cinemas here are still pretty restricted. Without getting into it too much, I used to love going to cinema, Leon, but I can't eat my. Oh my god, my chest's taking up. Yeah. You can't eat pop. You have to wear the mask when you watch the film. I'm not going to do that, but I'd love to watch a fight in the cinema. I think they do it more in America. It's not really a thing in Hong Kong. I don't know. Have you seen that around Asia?
I've never really seen it. I mean, they don't tend to do it too. You just hear it every now and then, don't you? On big cars, the odd UFC card. I think you hear they're doing it in cinemas or movie theaters, as they say in the US.
Yes. Alan, he didn't love Wilder saying the corner after the fight when Fury shook his hand. Wilder said, "I won't respect you." I think Wilder. He came out and said something on Instagram, right?
Since, yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. I think in the heat of battle, but pretty concussed as well.
I mean, yeah, so impressive. Again, we were talking about a minute ago, but how impressive of him to compete that well after the way the second fight played out. And particularly, like we said, to make all them excuses, like I think a lot of us thought, if you're not taking responsibility for the loss and you think it was done no excuses, you're not making the necessary adjustments, are you going to do any better? So I think there was a little bit of a surprise factor, the fact that he just performed so well.
Well, he also put on about 20 pounds of muscle.
Did he put on 20 pounds? I know he put on weight, but was it 20 pounds?
Yeah, something like that. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was about 20 pounds.
I know
he looked huge.
Both weighed the most they've ever weighed.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember how much they weighed the previous time.
Yeah, I thought once that fourth round finished, yeah, it was kind of uphill battle because Fury wasn't going to go down again. He had to get him out in the fourth round. He didn't. But exciting times for boxing. Good to see a big boxing fight and plenty of storylines coming out of it in the heavyweight division. There, we are about 5 minutes away from first strike starting. I've got the broadcast fired up here now. What are we starting off with then? It's Raddy and and Mr. Schmid. Okay, I'm just gutted, Leon. Yeah, we had some really cool prelims lined up for this as well. I think they've happened already, so
yeah,
but we'll see them in November. But yeah, just a bit shit after we finally had some prelims again. The last two cards, Empower and Revolution, and now we're back to this pre-tape stuff. It's a bit of a blow, isn't it? I like having a few fights to lead me into the main card, and
I think we've got to not get our hopes up when that happens again, because the world's still so uncertain. I think every time there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, you usually get a little bit carried away. But then we've got to remember that the tunnel may go on longer than we.
Yeah, but I think Singapore, they seem to be opening up, and travel is now open as green lanes.
I think they had no more than 20 positive cases a day for a year. I don't think any deaths for a whole year. Virtually no cases, no positive cases every day. Crazy.
Yeah, but now I think they've now dropped all the lockdowns and things, and that they've decided to live with it. That's their measure.
Well, they did, but then obviously, then the graph. Then it's in the graph. It was like that for a year, and then just went literally like that. For me, it's pretty obvious why that happened, but I won't go into that.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll leave that so don't get a strike. But the Singapore government is making things difficult because they're globalists, says John. More seriously, John says, how about Newcastle being pumped full of Saudi cash, Gov? Maybe Michael Owens can answer this one. He's a Newcastle fan. Nico, can you at least play the sounds? Ask Power Pickle. No, Power Pickle, I'll get a copyright strike if I play any sound or video of this. Leon can give you. He can imitate what's going on, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us some.
Mime the action.
Oof! Yeah, bit of that. Got a Super Bond fan here. Guess which country is Bill Gates' favorite? Singapore. Are we surprised? Says John. Oh, he's trying to goad Leon.
Let's not talk about Bill Gates.
Yeah, right. Well, we've got 2 minutes to the first strike card starting. So,
just have interest. Did you see his video about a week ago when he got asked about a certain person he was on friendly terms with before?
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
That was a bit of a classic.
Okay. Well, Michael Owens is deeply conflicted about the Saudi takeover, undecided whether I'll try to renew my season ticket. Interesting. I haven't heard many Newcastle fans speak out about this, so I have a brother who's a Newcastle fan. He's very happy. He's already bought tickets to go see the Spurs game, the next match. A lot of people saying,
So the Mr. Sports Direct, is it? The
he
guy,
finally packed up, and his reign of misery is over.
Fans have hated him for a while, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
And he's finally decided to sell the club.
Yeah, they've been taken over by Saudi Arabia, basically. So everyone's a bit upset because of Saudi Arabia's stuff going on with them. But
okay, I don't want to get too political, but I don't want to mention who sells all their arms to them.
I know who does. Yeah,
it doesn't get mentioned a lot.
It doesn't. Percy, is Dan Hardy signing with one? Well, this has gone quiet. It looked like it was nailed on, and then I think Chatri told Tom Taylor it wasn't happening, and then I don't know. Do you know anything, Leon?
No, only that really. I mean, he's done a breakdown of tonight's card, which was good, like really good.
Well, it's a good sign that he's still doing stuff for them. I mean, I'm not necessarily desperate to see Dan Hardy fight in one, but I would like to see him. I know he's not going to fly out to Singapore, but do something with them.
Well, the thing is,
commentary-wise,
he just wants 1 or 2 fights to finish off his career. He obviously hasn't had a fight in almost 10 years because of a irregular heartbeat. Was it Wolf syndrome or something? But he's now cleared to fight. He's not in the UFC. He's working with one on kind of an analysis front. I'm surprised Chatri isn't willing just to give him 1 or 2 fights, perhaps a Muay Thai fight and then an MMA fight. Be a bit of fun. I don't think it tarnishes one in any way. I don't think you need to go, we're trying to, concentrate on up and comers. It's one guy who is a traditionalist as well. He suits the one kind of, their mantra.
Well, they were definitely wheeling him out for media, right? They were hyping up this Dan Hardy v. Fuck my name. The name escapes me. Of course. Legend. Why have I forgot his name? John Wayne Parr. Yeah. They were hyping that up.
Well, they both agreed to fight, didn't they? So
and then something went wrong. Something clearly happened where maybe Dan asked for too much money. I don't
know. Yeah, that would have been an interesting matchup because obviously Dan Hardy's not on the same level as John Wayne Parr, but then John Wayne Parr is obviously 44 now, had a hip replacement, looked for him very slow against Nicky Holskin. Dan hasn't fought for a long time, but obviously he's younger. I'm sure he trains every day. So that would be a fun one. And then maybe just give him one fun MMA matchup, Shinya Aiki or someone like that. Just to...
I'd love to see it. Hopefully they can figure it out. I would like to see Dan, when the world opens up again, maybe go out there for commentary on some big events. I don't think he's going to move to Singapore. Leon, can I leave you in charge for 1 minute?
Oh, I think you can.
Desperate for the toilet. 1 second. This is the problem when you've only got two people. So, Chris, maybe you can join soon.
Well, tell us while we wait, while Nick's popped off to the little boys' room, which fights are you looking forward to? Give us your predictions. Give us your thoughts on the Tyson Fury fight last weekend. Give us your thoughts on anything you like. Any questions? Anyone watching the show got Giorgio Petrosian walking into the stadium? Another little fun fact. Super Bon, who's competing, he's in the main event for the inaugural featherweight kickboxing title. He's on a 10-fight win streak. His last loss was to Marek Grigorian about 3.5 years ago. Who's, like I said earlier, one of the favourites to win the whole thing. And interestingly, most of the fighters in the Grand Prix have fought each other at some point. Not all, not everyone's fought everyone, but there's a lot of fights between them. And the match
I'm back, Leon.
Good. Cool. I'm just saying the match is pretty good because I think everyone who's fighting they haven't faced their opponent, whereas lots of them have faced other people in the Grand Prix before.
I didn't know what you were talking about, but I'm sure it was great.
Just filling in the gap.
Sounds good.
Asking questions. I don't know if anyone answered them. Things.
Well, Mad Max asked, where can you watch the fight? Depends where you are, Mad Max. Let us know which country you're in, and we'll try and tell you. So, also, Leon, did you see that Christian Lee is going to speak tonight during the event?
I didn't see that.
Yeah. They touted it on their social media channels. Christian Lee would break his silence, even though he already spoke about it after the fight. But I think it's still going to be interesting because it's the first time we were heard from Christian since the review and it was upheld and all that. So, see what Christian's got to say. It was filmed in Hawaii at the gym there. So
it's already filmed. It's not going to be live, but they're just going to play it.
No, I saw a clip in it. Yeah, it's at the United MMA gym. Chatri's not there, it looks like.
So who's not there? Oh, Chatri, yeah.
Chatri.
He's just been in London. He was I think he attended, I don't know if he was there just for a reason, but he was at the Road to One event in London that Liam Harrison competed on.
Oh, was that? Oh, God, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, the MTGP, was it, I think, called? Road to One, yeah.
Chatri gets about. Hope you had a good trip. Christian Lee for an interim title. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they say, well, Oak's got a broken orbital. We're going to have to do an interim fight. Christian Lee and Eddie Alvarez, 10th of December, whatever it is, 5th of December.
Yeah, I want to say we'll make an announcement as well as I don't know. I can't see him giving it. I can't see him giving Eddie Alvarez even an interim title shot coming off.
They may as well.
A solid win.
They do what they want.
Yeah, but I think they try to, not do anything that's going to cause like an uproar. And even Chatri said, I mean, look, particularly with ex-UFC fighters, they have to earn their title shot. They're given no shortcuts. Oh, yeah. I mean, look at John Lineker. Yeah, I mean, he earned his title shot after Kevin Bellingham, but then he had to beat Troy Worthen, and now he's got that title shot.
With Lineker, I just think they were waiting for Bibiano to accept. I think Bibi wanted a lot of money, and then that dragged on a while. And
maybe that was it. Yeah,
we'll find out. I'm intrigued to pick their brains and what happened there.
I wonder how we're looking for the 1X card. Are they going to be able to do a full card? I guess what they could do is, because they're recording 3 cards, well, there's they've done 2 today. I guess they'll do 2, 1 Revolution, and then they've got 2 pre-recorded cards then. For 1X, they could just still do 1 massive card all in one day and all live, and then not pre-record any events. And then they could just have a break then till January. I mean, it's beginning of December. It wouldn't be the end of the world if they didn't have their card after that.
I think they it's either a contractual obligation to have 2 a month for certain countries, or they have their desire to keep things ticking over by having
Yeah, I
fights.
get that, but I think we're
yeah,
over Christmas, New Year. You've seen it in the UFC in the last few years. They've had kind of a
yeah.
4-week break.
But the
And
thing with that is like
one did as well
UFC
last year
needs
as
a
well, I think.
break because UFC is like every week, so it's good when
Yeah.
UFC has an actual break. But one, there are often times where one you won't have anything for 3 weeks, and it does go quiet, and you seem to lose a bit of momentum, and the buzz dies down. So I think they'll pre-tape some stuff, but hopefully they'll have more than 6 fights on that one X card. 10th
They
anniversary,
must
they
do
should still
because
make it a big deal.
yeah, they must do because we already know 3 of them, and then there's got to be another 3 big fights up their sleeve.
Danielle Gaspar saying Leon's looking fresh. That's always true.
Morning.
Leon's always fresh. Yeah, I've got a dragon water here, Danielle. It's some kind of seltzer thing. Everyone, tell us what you're drinking, wherever you are in the world. No excuse, even if it's 8 a.m. or whatever in America. Leon's got a cup of tea, I think.
I'm drinking water, but I will be drinking copious amounts of vodka tomorrow.
Oh, wow. With your new best mate?
Nah, it's got a little party tomorrow.
Oh,
Met up
okay.
with my mate today. We could have got him to join in. He knows his Muay Thai and kickboxing, particularly Muay Thai.
Well, I was just out in before I came here. I had a drink around the corner, and I was talking to someone who lived in Myanmar for a bit, and I mentioned I was going home to do this podcast. He's like, "Oh, you must know Ong La." He's like, he's God in Myanmar. Yeah. Apparently, like 20,000 people turned up once to see him there. And he knows all about it. Yeah. I'm glad you've got all these new friends, Leon. It's very exciting. Very popular guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit quiet. I mean, I have friends in Cal, but not not really drinking buddies.
I see why you're always leaving the podcast early to go drink with the new pals, and yeah, we're not good enough for you. I understand.
Well, mate, I'd take you out for a drink and a bite to eat if you're in Bali.
Well, I'll take you up on that someday.
Yeah, better. The food here is incredible. Like, it's just
Oh, really?
unreal. Yeah.
Chris is drinking water, but feel like I might be a bit mad and put a bit of Robinson's in.
Very Wimbledon-like. Does
Yeah.
Robinson still? I think Robinson still sponsor Wimbledon. I'm not sure if he does, but
Probably.
he did for a long time.
Is Sage Northcutt still signed with one Arse Percy? Yes, he is, and they have a fight for him, and it's not Shinya Aoki. I can't remember. I'm sure Michael knows, and neither of us can say it. But Sage, there is something in the works for Sage Northcutt. Wouldn't be surprised if it's on that anniversary show.
Yeah, I would imagine he'll be on that card.
Yeah, but it seems like there's. I'm not sure if the Turner deal is gonna go forward.
We might not even be Turner. They said they were looking at all options, didn't they?
Yeah, but it seems like TNT maybe going to walk away from one. That's why I think one was sort of saying, well, we're talking to all these other broadcasters, so not sure what that'll be on. I guess that would affect the BR relationship as well. We'll see.
I'd be ashamed away, but on one hand, one on TNT done some good numbers.
Yeah, at strange times of the night.
Yeah. And according to some people with joining us in the States, they weren't even promoting it that much, TNT, apparently.
They weren't. I didn't see much promotion. Michael Owens cannot tell us who Sage is fighting. He doesn't know. What happened to the lead card? Tannen. COVID happened, so they taped it all, and you're going to see it in November. Lucky you. So it's just one of those things.
A fun lead card. And we've got as well Gian Radzuin is
that was
alternative Grand Prix bout.
Yep.
Which is cool. happy to see her fight again. She hasn't fought for ages. And really, if you think about it, how competitive she is. Her only losses really are to Denise Zamboanga, and that was very competitive. I think she lost a split decision to Jin Inyong and Team Nakai a few years back, which was very close. When Gina was at the top of the game. Yeah, can't think of any to win.
We saw her lose in Malaysia, though, right? Trying to think who it was against. I was with you for that card.
Was it Denise Zamboanga?
I think it was.
Or Gina? I think she lost to Gina Union. That might have been in KL.
I'm bringing up a Tapology now. No, it was. Oh no, she beat Jamari Torres. That was it. I think. Yeah. Sorry, she won. It was. I can't remember when I saw her lost. Denise. That was December. Was I there with you?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting them mixed up. Yeah, she lost to Denise. Okay.
Yeah. And that was competitive, and we know now that was Denise's. Yeah. That was Denise. Yeah, that was definitely Kay. I remember interviewing Denise, and she was very sort of shy and wasn't confident.
I didn't even interview Denise that week. That's why I can't remember it. But was she at the media day?
Yeah, but she spoke. She's more confident. She has more confidence in her English now. Back then, it was quite broken. I think I might have had Pauline on hand just to help translate a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we didn't really know much about her at the time, although she was unbeaten, and Gian Radzun would have been a firm favourite going into that.
Yeah, I think I was too busy being Austin Powers and speaking to Ong La and.
Yeah, did I speak to? I think I spoke to Denise afterwards.
I don't even remember it. It's so long ago now. Anyway, we've got our first fight here.
She's got an email from one about.
Yeah, I just seen that.
1X virtual face-off interviews.
Gary and Tan and Bibi and John Lineker virtual face-offs.
Gary and Tan. There's no need for that one, is there? It's already been done twice.
Yeah, I did that twice. And also, like, they don't hate each other at all, so they're just very nice to each other.
I watched the second one this week. It's great. Yeah, they're so respectful of each other.
Yeah, Bibi and John might be tasty, but again, they're both going to speak in in Portuguese, so it's going to be like translated, and I'll tune in for that. Maybe we'll stream it for you on this channel. If you want to see it, let us know.
Have you read the email? I've only just seen it. The notification. Does it say when it is?
Yeah, 20th October. No, 20th Singapore, 9:30 a.m.
Oh, so next week.
Yes.
How about the fact that we've got an all kickboxing card, and it's in a cage? How does everyone feel about that?
Interesting. Yeah.
See, for
that's
me,
so weird, isn't it?
Muay Thai or kickboxing, I'm happy in a ring or the cage. MMA, I've said this before, I don't really enjoy it as much in a ring.
I hate MMA in a ring. Mainly because you can't see it if you're sitting ringside in Manila.
But yeah,
Las Vegas.
I don't mind kickboxing being in a cage.
Degenerate Dane is off to Bellator. What's up, Degenerate Dane? I hope you enjoyed these fights. You got 3 hours before you leave, so that times it out perfectly. You can watch all these great fights here. Radio Pacic and Patrick Schmid underway. They're throwing.
Schmid, I guess I think we've all backed Schmid to lose, the big Swiss, but he's going to have a point to prove after being outstruck by a wrestler.
Yeah.
His last fight, albeit a tank of a wrestler.
It was a weird fight. Danielle says, I know it's not one related, but want to know what you say about Whaley versus Rose rematch. I can't wait to see the fight, Danielle. intriguing. You know, Whaley working with Cejudo in Arizona on her wrestling. Clearly, I think it's going to be a different fight. I wouldn't be surprised if we get 5 rounds. Big Swiss is hurt. Oh shit!
Oh,
Smitty's going. Oh, sorry, Danielle.
Nose is bust.
Someone's nose is busted.
Big Swiss.
Big Swiss. Oh. He was wobbling. Ref separating him. Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. I'll get Leon's thoughts on that fight, but I'm very intrigued by that fight, Danielle. I can't wait for it. UFC 268, November 6th. Oh, little trip there.
Two effectively pay-per-view cards back to back, albeit 268 isn't going to, or 267 isn't officially a pay-per-view in the US.
Yeah, what a crazy couple of weekends.
Well.
And we got Next Gen the same weekend. Oh, dropped him the body shot.
He's hurting top and up top, down below.
Oh, the body shots. Oh dear, Schmitty.
Oh, Schmitty.
Yeah. Oh, the head kick. Wow.
Oh. That's another. Well, that would have been his third straight spectacular knockout finish in a row. Although it might still be.
Ref should wave this off, man. Come on.
It's inevitable.
Dear, can he last?
Can he last to the bell, though?
Just stop it. Swiss just hugging him.
He's tough because he doesn't want to be there, but he's not giving up. You could,
so they're
trying to fight back.
Oh, he's getting knees to the face. Oh, God. Oh, just ate one at the bell there. Well, we got a second round. We probably shouldn't have one.
Will we, though? There's a chance this corner might throw the towel in because that was pretty.
Degenerate. Dane ain't missing this for Bellator. Like to hear that, Dane.
Because he took a lot of punishment. You've got to just ask yourself, is there anything he can do in this 1 minute to turn this fight around? Because at the moment, he's completely out of the fight.
Oh. Sorry. I don't think there is, Leon, but as a fighter, you will probably think there is.
Oh, yeah, he will, yeah. Well,
although he does look like...
At times, it looked like he kind of wanted the world to swallow him up. But then he started swinging back and he was defending himself.
Schmidt is the Egyptian top team of heavyweight kickboxing, says Chris.
He's getting that way.
Well, Schmidt is throwing. Oh, he's down again. What was that? A leg kick?
He wasn't even hitting it.
Yeah, I think he kicked his leg or something.
I think he's just struggling.
Ref's asking, do you want to continue?
He doesn't want to say no, but I
don't
think he would be unhappy if the referee stopped it.
Yeah. Oh God. Eats another one. Oh, Jesus. Head kick again.
Yeah. Also, he's coming back.
Yeah, but where's his corner, man? You got to throw the towel in here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is just one-way traffic.
He's struggling with his nose. It doesn't look like there's a lot of blood coming out of his nose, but he's struggling to breathe out of it.
Oh, he's down. That's it.
That's it.
Well,
first fight in the books.
Yeah. Very impressive indeed. Ref needs to wave this off, said Chris. He finally did. It was late, wasn't it, Leon?
Yes and no. I mean, it's a tricky one because it wasn't obviously obvious, but you could kind of see in his eyes he didn't want it anymore, but he didn't want to quit at the same time. So that's when maybe the referee could have maybe done him a favour and stopped the fight a little earlier. But to be fair, he was throwing punches back. He wasn't completely dismissive.
He kicked Opacic and fell down. Look at that. He was
just hurting. It was just non-stop, really.
It's just such a mismatch.
The difference in these two was massive.
Yeah. Well,
could we see you? Do we have a belt in this division?
Kickboxing. They have light heavy.
Heavyweight. They have a light
heavy with
that's on the line next week.
Quickly, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they do they?
I would much rather they beefed up some other divisions first.
Oh yeah, but I think he's the man at the moment though in this heavyweight kickboxing division.
Yeah,
he's just been running for everyone. Doesn't even look like he's Look. Doesn't even look like he's been in a fight.
Oh, head kick. Yeah. Clinical performance from Radio Opacic. What can you say, Leon? I think
that last he landed. It didn't land flush, but
they should have finished that a lot earlier.
I mean, yeah. You listening to this?
Yeah. He says, I'm loving it. I'm training hard. Good English.
Yeah.
He like I told you last time.
On the map. Wonder what his thoughts on Novak Djokovic are. Wonder if they know each other.
He's going for the gold. Maybe they do.
I did hear something about it, that he could fight for the vacant title if he wins this, but then vacant normally implies that there's already a belt, but there isn't. I don't think there is a belt yet, is there? I'm just trying to think.
I don't know how deep the division is to justify a belt.
True, but then.
But then again, the middleweight and light heavyweight MMA divisions are shallow as hell. So. Rade. 4 knockdowns.
Yeah, it's definitely not heavyweight, any sort of heavyweight super series champion.
Tom Taylor was piping up at me. All right. He will not be joining us. I invited him onto the stream, but he will not be joining us. Let's just say he's busy.
Where's Big John?
He's gone to Thailand, I think.
Has he?
Yeah, he's filming. I don't know what he's doing actually, but I think he's going to go film some stuff with. This is just my conjecture. I shouldn't actually asked him, but imagine he's going to film some things with Tiger Muay Thai, and he's pretty tight with those boys down there, the Hickmans.
Well, the Hickmans are no longer at Tiger Muay Thai, are they?
Oh yeah, so he'll be going to their new. I think they're getting a new gym. Is that right? Maybe I just ruined that surprise. But yeah, I don't know. He's doing some stuff in Thailand for the All-Star. So
is that an easy to go from Korea to Thailand at the moment? No quarantining or anything?
I don't know. I haven't actually texted John about. I saw he was at the airport. He posted that on.
Because Thailand's been pretty strict with quarantining. Like
yeah.
She's got a tiny gap between her fights and the Grand Prix. 2 of them weeks are in solitary confinement, whatever they were, quarantine, we'll say.
Yeah, it's just a 2-man power trip, Alan. Nick and Leon tonight. No Americans. Degenerate Dane is embarrassed. There are no Americans.
Oh, contestants. What does he mean in the
Yeah.
Grand Prix?
Yeah.
The US isn't really known for their kickboxing, though, is it, in recent years?
What about Joe Schilling knocking out
Yeah.
that guy in the bar?
He was in Nate Diaz's corner, wasn't he, recently?
Was
Nick
he?
Diaz's corner, I think, yeah.
Oh wow. I need to find a charger for my iPhone. 1 second. Leon's in charge again. He's going full screen. The floor is
Full
his.
screen. Right, who's up next? David Kyria, Enrico, the Hurricane, Cal. How does everyone see this fight going down? Let us know in the corners. If you haven't already, give this video a cheeky little like, maybe subscribe. Click on the bell, get notifications. Some amazing interviews, particularly One Championship, going up almost on a daily basis. Be the first to watch them. Be the first in the know. Oh, and like Nick was saying, we have a Christian Lee. Is it now? Christian Lee breaking his silence. What does everyone think about the Oak Christian Lee fight not being overturned?
Some thrilling stuff from Leon here.
Yeah, I'm no Chael Sonnen. I don't know how he can just talk to a camera for 2 hours non-stop.
Oh, so when
Like
you were
himself.
like, I had to do about 10 minutes before, or like 7 minutes before you turned up, and I was just like, oh my god, this is hell.
I wasn't sure if you'd started and you'd forgotten to send me the link.
Yeah.
Or if
Oh
you
yeah,
hadn't started
it's
yet.
so good.
So I was thinking, I'm ready to go. Where's this
Yeah,
link?
when you're doing it on your own, it's really weird. You just, if no one's saying anything in the chat, it's just hell.
I
'cause
don't know
you're
how to.
repeating
I don't
yourself.
know how. Well, I can't get the question. I can't get the comments up on the screen either.
Oh, I have to give you the logins, which I'm happy to do.
Then I could get a bit of interaction going.
Chris has them, so if Chris was here, he could interact. Chris is just having a nice chill Friday.
I want to know. I
Got
want
some
to
cheese
see.
here, Leon.
Look forward to seeing Christian Lee. If he's still pissed off, or whether he's calm. I mean, he still won't agree with the decision, but will he be a bit more okay? This is what's going to happen.
Well, the clip I saw, he said the same thing. It doesn't sit well with me.
Even when he was pissed off last time, he still was very calm, and he just said everything slowly and calmly, which is pretty cool to be that pissed off and still be.
I love Christian Lee.
Emotions.
I love him so much.
I do, yeah. I mean,
He's
I really enjoy
fantastic
interviewing
fighter.
him. He's so level-headed. Especially when I first started interviewing him, he was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
And he was so level-headed. Everything was just
He's
a matter
10
of
years
fact.
younger than me.
It was just respectful, but yet, confident. And in a world of Conor McGregor's now, I like the Christian Lee's.
Lovely guy, yeah. And I just think he's so pissed off he lost the belt, and it's so understandable, right? If you're him, I can see why he's pissed off.
Yeah, I disagree with the decision. I don't know how it was made when you look at the scoring criteria. But on the other hand, it was close. When it's close, these things could happen. I don't agree with don't leave it in the hands of the judges. I think that's a silly thing to say. Obviously, try not to. But
what do you think about JHK? Had the interview with him for SCMP, and Oak revealed he had the broken orbital.
Yeah.
I mean, that's damage, right? And damage is second the most important thing.
I mean, Christian Lee wasn't anywhere near as much damage. I mean, you've got close finishes first. Christian Lee had a rear naked choke in. He knocked him down more times. and he put out more damage. And like we said before, Oak had the fight in his hands. It was close, but he was down after 3 rounds, and he had a lot more in the gas tank. But but then again, his face was bust up, and he had double vision. So there's that side of it as well. I've never fought with a broken face or double vision, so I can't be overly critical. But then these MMA fighters are superhuman, and often they wouldn't let that get in their way. Particularly if you look at your opponent in front of you and you see he has got nothing in the gas and you're fighting for the belt, that's when you, in that 4th and 5th round, you become even more of a superhuman than you already are, because you're fighting for that belt. Your opponent's dead. Christian Lee had nothing left. So I guess, it's a swing between the double vision and your opponent's got nothing left in the tank. So again, it's going to be an interesting rematch if it hopefully does happen. Hopefully if Oak recovers.
I think it won't. Oak's going to be out till, I would think, like next March at least.
Yeah, next spring.
It's whether they want to push Christian to take Eddie or something before then.
It depends as well. With COVID as well, they might not be having as many fights. They might not be having as many big fights. It may suit them not to put Christian Lee on a big card in December or January. So that may go in their favour, may go in Christian's favour. But it's going to be really interesting because, like I said on the night, I said I can't see Christian Lee losing the rematch. I think he's going to be so pumped up to it. He's going to train so hard that he's going to correct the wrongs. But on the other hand,
the main thing is his cardio, his strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
So the longer he waits, probably better because he can work on that.
That's very true as well. But on the other hand, Oak looked phenomenal. Oak stopped the takedowns predominantly. And fought as well as he did with double vision and a broken face. So it's a bit like the Christian Lee Daggy fight. I want to see them fight again 100% because when they fought in the Grand Prix, Daggy had been really ill and Christian Lee took the fight on a week's notice. So neither of them really had anything in the tank halfway through the first round. So, yeah, they're 2 matchups I'm looking forward to seeing rematches of.
Well, Chris says, hey, guys, what do you think's next for Martin? I think Bruno would be a great matchup. Are you kidding me, Chris?
I think that'd be a bit of a step down.
That'd be a slaughter, I think. Yeah.
As good as Bruno's jiu-jitsu is, he hasn't had a lot of success in the MMA world.
His stand-up isn't there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he got. I mean, have you seen his fight against Emilio Urrutia? One of the best fights ever in one championship.
I think. Yeah, I think Martin, that would be a step down, like Leon says. I think
you need someone. Yeah, he needs to. I know where he's coming from. He needs a win. Really, he needs to win. Just otherwise, if he loses next fight, where does he go from there? He's gone from not that long ago fighting for a 3rd belt, making history, to losing the belt and then getting knocked out 2 knockouts in a row. It's not good. So he needs to get a win, but it needs to be someone with a relatively big name still.
I think what Gary said.
I think it might have even been Chris who suggested it before. The loser of Gary Tonin versus Tan
and Gary, yeah.
But even that's a risk. That makes sense, but it's a high risk fight.
But what Gary said is, I asked him about Martin's loss, and Gary said, yeah, I fully expect to still cross paths with Martin.
Yeah.
100% I'm going to fight him at one point. This doesn't matter. And I think Martin is still up there. It's not the deepest division either. And he can get back on track with 1 win easily.
Oh, yeah. He's just in a tough position where he's in a situation where he has to win his next fight pretty much. Because he could lose his next fight. And you could still say if he gets 1 or 2 more wins, he's right back in it because, like you say, it's not the most stacked division. But it's just the position he's in from like him. Think of him and Onglar where they were a year ago, just over a year ago, had the world at their feet, and now both of them, not so much Onglar because he's won his last fight, so he's going back in that right direction. But for for Martin now,
Yeah.
coming off 2 knockout losses.
But it's been a tough year for Martin as well, because he had 3 or 4 fight camps cancelled. And, he flies in from Australia, and every time
flies in from Australia to Florida, from
Yeah.
Florida to Singapore, and then sometimes back to Florida because his fight's been cancelled on the day of the fight twice in a month. I mean, he's had so much bad luck.
I just think maybe, would it be good if he moved the family out to Florida?
I've suggested that to him before, I think, off camera, and I think he just said it's difficult with the family. Got a low blow already.
I'm sure he's considered it. Oh no.
I think it's definitely a consideration, because he's doing his camps there, he misses his family, kids, but then also a bit of him maybe thinks he can focus there. I think sometimes you feel like if you're away from your family, it's kind of like Rocky Balboa stuff, isn't it? You put yourself, when you're sacrificing something in life, whether it's your family or your kids, whatever, you feel like you're preparing better. But
I can't imagine how he feels, but I feel like it might help, just because it takes away that element of
some sort of change some sort of change with him. Yeah, I mean, he's at one of the best gyms in the world now, with some of the best coaches, some of the best training partners in the world, with a killer right hand, with a great all-round game. It's just, the last 2 fights just haven't gone his way, which doesn't make him a bad fighter. It just means he's in a tough spot now.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
100%. Right, here we go. We got a fight.
We've got a fight on our hands.
We got a fight on our hands.
Had a low blow already.
Enrico Kell, David Curia.
I mean, this is just, Enrico Kell's just his relentless pressure.
Oh my God, these guys hit.
Yeah. This whole Grand Prix, all 4 matchups are so good.
Oh. I kind of like it in the cage, actually.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
I think you can see the level is a lot higher in this fight than, Big Swiss. I don't want to disrespect Big Swiss, but
kick a man when he's down.
But
Nick.
Raddy didn't really have the right dance partner there, but these two are on fire. Leon, I love Schmitty.
How can you not love the Big Swiss?
Big Swiss. Kale just makes a lot of noise when he throws. Oh, we got caught there. Oh, and again. Oh.
See, I'm surprised everyone's picked. I'm surprised everyone's gone for Enrico in this fight. Although I think he's probably not.
Did I go for Curia?
I think you went. I think everyone. Didn't everyone or most people go for Kel?
Let me look.
Which I think I said before when we were going through the fights. Surprised me.
Oh, to the mat.
Oh, it looks like though he's going to lose in the first round of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I went for Kale
He's still on shaky legs.
Up. Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Olivia stopped it then, because
he stopped it. It's over. It's good night, Irene. Did I go for Curia and then you convinced me to go for Kale?
No, I wouldn't have done that, because I said, well, not intentionally, because I said, Curia, how good. I was surprised how one-sided the predictions were.
Well, that was all right. That was an incredible performance.
Although he lost his debut, it was to Giorgio Petrosian, which obviously is nothing to be ashamed of.
Dude, he just busted him up. David Curia into the semi-finals of the Grand Prix. 3 knockdowns or?
The last one was kind of, he fell down, didn't he? He never recovered from that. Like, you can see that he's deteriorated. I don't know what word I'm trying to think of there.
Yeah, dropped him 3 times. Oh, a bit of a shock, seems like.
I'm not sure how much it was a bigger shock, really.
Well, Mitch Chilson and Mr. Chavello were
They're pretty
certainly
shocked.
shocked.
Well, I think shocked with how quick that fight finished because
Yeah.
on paper, these are all very competitive and could easily all go the distance, or could have done.
Yeah, Enrico looks so pissed off at himself. Did he just go a little bit hell for leather? He looked like he was a bit reckless. Is that just me?
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the first knockdown again because once after that first knockdown, he didn't recover.
Yeah, just he seemed to be sort of not in control, but doing a bit more damage for the first minute, and then Mr. Kyria took over. All right, Mitch Chilson. That's it. Mitch said everyone called him the underdog.
Called him the underdog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Hello
surprised
to
by
everyone. He says thank you to the god.
that. The god.
The god. He seems like a nice guy. Oh my god. Ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Ring the bell.
Chris Edwards Bailey has become the first ever super chat on SCMP MMA. Great show, guys. You two are holding it down. Get Leon a beer or three. Look at that. Chris putting in the super
What's
chat.
his orange comment?
It's a super chat. He has put in money.
What? So it says
Yeah.
HK $50 there. Well, you can put
Yeah.
money in and it makes your
Yeah.
comments like super comments.
Super comments. Yeah, super chats.
Really?
Yeah. This
How
is
much
sensational.
How much is 50 HKong dollars in a pound?
That's about £5. Chris has just put £5 in.
Well, and
Wow.
how many? That's pretty cool.
Chris,
I'll be having a drink or three. Or
that
30
money's going
tomorrow.
straight back to Chris because he doesn't need to do a super chat. But I like Chris's style. You know, it seems like he's trying to start a trend here.
We could get the ball rolling here.
Yeah, get the ball rolling. Leon deserves super chats. He's such a superman. That's what I'm going to say. Wow, thank you, Chris. Very generous of you. I'm giving that money straight back to you, though, Chris. That's for you. The Hurricane lost.
50 Hong Kong dollars is about £5.
Yeah, Hong Kong dollars is about 10 to 1.
That's a nice conversion, isn't it, to remember?
Well, you know, it used to be 11. So when I first started coming here, it was very difficult to figure out. But then it was very simple suddenly after Brexit. Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of the worst things about living in Indonesia is like £50 is 1 million rupiahs. 1 million. God. You permanently got.
I couldn't do that.
It's just crazy. I mean, the conversion rate's quite good. It's like, so it's quite easy. £50 is a million. So it's, you know, 100,000 is £5. It's pretty easy. It's like a nice round number. But it's just the fact that you've always got millions in your pocket, millions. And like the smallest note, 2,000 is like worth 5 pence, and it's a note.
Yeah, it's like that in Vietnam, I think.
It's a bit like in Philippines, but it's even worse here. I think it's got an extra zero on the end to the Philippines.
Or is it Thailand where you go and it's like, it might be Vietnam, yeah, where
Thailand's like 1,000 baht is about 25 pounds.
I think it's Vietnam then, yeah. You go and it's like $1 million dong, and then they just round it down to like 1,000, and you're like, oh, you're confusing me. I can't remember. I think it's Vietnam dong.
I went to Vietnam.
But like, yeah, as Chris says, The only way to guarantee your comment gets read out is super chat. I mean, I've read out a lot of comments who haven't super chatted, but if you want to super chat, it is very welcome, guys, and appreciate the support. And I'm trying to find a way to funnel that money back to these guys who contribute, like Leon and Chris, so it doesn't all go to the big bad corporation SCMP. But Mind's Eye is too cool for super chat. I understand. So am I. But I like how orange it is. Looks good.
Yeah, orange is my second favorite color.
What's your first?
Bright pink.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, bright pink.
You were drinking bright pink drinks in Kuala Lumpur, I remember.
Was I? Probably. And then bright orange is my second favorite color.
I like orange. Mind's Eye. If you donate, I'll read it out. If you don't donate, I'll still read it out. We're a democracy here. But it's very nice of Chris to donate that $50 after such an incredible fight. But like I say, that money will probably go straight back to Chris.
So how does it work then? I could say
Chris dedicates a lot of time.
I mean, how does it work with the super comment?
It just goes into like...
Actually, it's YouTube. Do you do it via YouTube?
Yeah, it just goes to the YouTube AdSense, Google AdSense account. So SCMP will be gobbling up that money. But
I'll tell you what, we're spoiled. Considering we've lost a lot of fights and live fights and prelims and all that. We've got an amazing card tonight, and then we've got next gen with the Atomweight Grand Prix semi-finals. I can't wait for them as well.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, a good card. Quicklier against Iraj Azizpour heavyweight kickboxing.
Oh, here's the full card. It's the first time they've shown it, I think.
Isn't it light heavyweight? Quicklier. It says heavyweight there.
Yeah, it should be light heavyweight, shouldn't it?
Oh.
Or is it heavyweight?
Typo. All right. Sami Sana, Chingiz Alazov next up. Yeah, should be a good card. 29th. Oh. I'm just happy they got that. It wasn't delayed till November. I was worried it was going to be delayed.
I wonder if they knew, well, it's a silly question, but if they'd known about COVID was going to rear its head again in Singapore, whether they would have considered delaying the semi-finals, maybe putting them on the 1X card, sending now as their plans have been. Because we've all said it's a shame they're rushing through it so fast. Although I guess on the other hand, we do get to see Ham-Denise rematch.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they had just done semis and final in one night on December. I think they've got it in their heads. They really want to get this thing done with. And they really want Angela to fight.
Yeah.
Because look, Angela's been gone for like 2 years, man. You know?
Yeah. They waited from January to September to start it. Another one extra month or two wouldn't have made too much difference.
Yeah, it's all stupid. I think they've rushed the semis. I mean, it's been about it will be about 8 weeks, which is just
Less
about
enough,
fine.
Isn't it 6 or 7 weeks?
Yeah, 7 maybe. It's like just about like enough, right? But you got to think they all went back into quarantine and things for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Stamp, or I don't know if all of them, but Stamp had 2
Stamp
weeks
did
in
2
quarantine.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah,
she definitely did. And Denise trains in Thailand, so she had 2 weeks in quarantine, but she's not in the Grand Prix, so duh. Who else? Ritu, I don't know what it's like in India.
She's in Singapore.
Oh yeah, all right. Itsuki, how's it in Japan? Because they're pretty tight over there with the restrictions.
Yeah. Think about Singapore as well.
And Julie, I don't know.
Are they still able to train it? Are the gyms open at the moment?
Yeah. This is a good entrance song.
What is it?
Well, it sounds like Lord of the Rings or something. Sounds like I'm in the Shire.
In the what?
Can you not hear? You can't hear it.
I've got a mute.
Oh, okay. It's some kind of fluty number. Mind's Eye says, "Where's all the comments? 159 people watching, and about 5 with a voice. You want some more comments, Mind's Eye? Here's one. I don't know what it says.
Do you remember what was that name of that Norwich chef, TV chef? And she got drunk and at half time. She said,
Delia.
"Where are you, Delia? Delia Smith, is it?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Where are you?" Yeah, classic. P Mobile says Muay Thai boxing versus Japan. YD, goodbye. Have the fights started, says Rally Guy. Yes, they have. We're on to our third fight. Chinga is out.
Not long till Ongla fights.
Yeah, Ongla's in the secret main event. What happened to Bellator kickboxing, asks Percy. Good question. I wouldn't know. I don't think it's a thing anymore, is it, Leon?
No, hasn't been for a while.
Degenerate Dave, living up to my moniker, placing Bellator and UFC parlays before I cross the Arizona border today. Have fun, Dave, with your trip. Dave's going to go watch Bellator tonight. Is it tonight or tomorrow night?
Well, Saturday morning for us.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a good card there. Danielle back. I think Danielle just went out running. You missed a couple of, you missed one good fight. The first one was a bit embarrassing, but Denise is fighting. I think Denise is maybe going to fight Ham again in December, but I'm not sure. These things are never certain.
Interestingly, one championship posted the other day, who should Denise fight next? I thought it had already been agreed that she was fighting Ham in December.
Well, I was told that was it. But I knew it would probably not be as simple as that. I had it on very good authority. That was what they were doing. But with one, things fall apart very quickly, very easily. I don't think Ham is going to fight, to be honest, because she's going to have a broken finger, so she won't be able to return to training till about November, right? Earliest.
Yeah. I thought it was a bit of a quick turnaround for her.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Do you think has Ben Askren will ever return to one? No, I don't think Ben will ever fight again. He's too rich. And I don't think he cares. He proved everything he needed to do in one. No one can hang with him in one. Even now, I think Abasov against Ben Askren.
That could be interesting.
That could be interesting.
Habib's cousins just signed as well in the welterweight division.
Yeah. I don't think Ben Askren will come back.
No. He'd only come back for a silly fight for loads of money, some sort of crazy Jake Paul style fight. Maybe one that he's got more chance of winning.
Oh, here's John. Typical Leon always has his mouth full. John, tell us what you're doing. Are you in lockdown in Thailand? I thought you gone to Thailand, but I didn't know how long you're in lockdown. Fill us in. Tell us how you're feeling. Percy says Ben Askren sucks. I love funky Ben Askren.
Let me ask you a question, Nick. Do you like peanut butter?
I'm allergic to peanuts.
Oh, yeah, you're allergic to peanuts. Because, oh my God, I've just got this right. Imagine, well, you can't imagine, but everyone else, imagine chocolate mint flavored peanut butter.
That sounds good. If I knew what peanuts tasted like.
So you've never had a peanut? Look at that. Whoa.
I have, but It always makes me very, very sick.
That's a bummer. Oh yeah, I forgot. I always forget you're allergic to nuts. Oh, you're missing
Yes,
out on mint chocolate peanut butter. It's
I
unbelievable.
I can have almonds and hazelnuts, and I like those.
Yeah, they're good as well. Yeah, actually, if you like other nuts, it's weird that it's weird people are allergic to peanuts and not all nuts.
I think it's something to do with tree nuts and it's so boring. All right, here we go. Sammy Sana. This should be a banger. I can hear the motorcycles driving past Leon's house. They're all driving to the bar to watch this fight. Here we go.
Another little fact. Sammy Sana has never been finished in his whole career.
Is tonight the night?
About 150 fights, never been stopped.
Is tonight the night? Sammy Sana gets stopped. He's very tall. Sammy Sana and Chingiz Alisov. Oh my God! Did you see that?
Oh my God! I was just saying I'm going for Chinga, and he lands a head kick.
Yeah. I think that's it. He's hurt.
He's calling it off.
Oh my God!
He's trying to call it off.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, he's down. He's crumpled.
He's going. Whoa! I don't know what happened there.
He got hit in the eye.
No, but
he's finished. Oh my God!
First time he's ever been finished.
First time he's ever finished. Leon.
I was just saying I'm backing Chinga to win this one, and he landed a head kick.
What the heck?
Who would have thought the first two fights wouldn't last about 2 minutes between them?
Oh, it's madness. Oh
my God.
I don't think Mitch Chilson said anything, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Chinga's never been stopped either, actually.
Wow. Says Alan. Beatdown, says Degenerate Dane. Murder as well.
What?
It's that head kick. Look. Oh, right in the eye.
Now hit him on the chin. But watch this. In a minute, he goes. I didn't show it. That was strange.
It's that body shot down. Wow. Incredible.
No, but in fact, Chinga has only lost 5 fights in his career. All but one of them are either in the Grand Prix or the other one's Georgia Petrosian.
That's incredible. I didn't see that coming. Oh, look, Sammy. Yeah, I swear he caught him in the eye there. Because look, it's bleeding out the eye.
Yeah.
I thought he was he because he touched the eye immediately, so he must have broke his orbital or something. I think he was totally out of it already. You're right, Leon. He was waving it.
But strange that if he really wanted to fight,
look at it here. Yeah, I think you see he touches the eye. Wow, controversial. He turns around and says no more.
Turns around and waves. Look, waves.
That's interesting. Should a referee jump in there before that?
Well, yeah. If he's turning around and waving the fight off, or wants to say something, or like I don't know. Often you'd see that if they in MMA, if you go, "I got poked in the eye," even if it wasn't a poke, but they thought it was a poke in the eye. But
yeah, it must have been a problem with the eye, right? he probably couldn't see out of
I
it.
reckon he broke his orbital bone.
Yeah, I think so. Neon JD says, "Wow, what happened?" Yeah. Looking at the replay, it's pretty sad to watch again, says Alan. I think the head kick fucked up the eye, maybe broke the orbital. Sammy touched it immediately. I think he probably couldn't see out of it, and he turned around and he went, "No, don't hit me anymore." Chingas went in and nailed him a few more times, dropped him with a body shot.
Which is strange though, because for someone that as tough as Sami Sana, and he is tough, he's never been finished. No matter what happened, for him to sort of want to stop the fight, if that's what he was doing, is crazy. Even with a broken orbital, like I said before about these guys being superhuman.
Must have been pretty bad then, you know. I'm not averse to that. I would like to see more fighters be honest and say, "I can't continue. I've got a broken orbital bone." But then you see a guy like Nguyen carry on with a broken orbital.
It looked more like he was trying to just pause the fight for a moment.
You can't do that.
I don't know. But then if he wanted to do that, he could have just put his knee down to the ground to get a standing count. But interesting.
Hope he recovers soon, says Alan. That looked sad, seeing him wave his hand and get more beat up.
That's the thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, it just the fight could have ended then, or the referee should have jumped in at that point.
Do you wonder if the ref saw it? Because I didn't see it. You saw it, and you alerted me to it, and I was completely not. I was looking at.
I don't know how the referee can't. I don't know how the referee could not see someone turn away and do that with their glove.
You'd be surprised. I didn't notice it, and I'm watching on TV. I can see the whole thing, but the ref might be looking at Chingas.
After someone's been hit, you're generally looking at them to check if they're all right, whether they need a standing count, whether you should stop the fight. So I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
I'll see the replay again.
What
was he looking at? Percy with a question. Do you think the UFC should release Jon Jones? Yes. In a way. But good to see the Mike Winklejohn won't let him come out to the gym. I think that's good. I think it's good that Jon Jones has friends who are. Jon Jones needs tough love at this point, where his real friends will tell him no. His fake friends will tell him yes. That's the kind of thing that's going on here. And I think the best thing for. I don't think he will be. I think it would be best thing for his career if the UFC released him, because then he would really, I think, sort his life out, and then he can come back.
Like Chael Sonnen said, it wouldn't really be much of a punishment, really, if he got released from the UFC, because he could go and have super fights and a ridiculous amount of money outside of the UFC.
That's true.
So,
but what does he want? I think he wants to be
more of a punishment
UFC.
If the UFC keep him.
It might be. Because he's lost a lot of leverage. That's important as well. He's not. They're not going to give him millions now, are they? He was looking for a big old payday. Yeah, I think he's lost all bargaining power now. If he wants to continue his career in UFC, they're gonna lowball him, and he's gonna have to fight. Maybe they won't even let him fight Stipe anymore. I think that's probably still the fight they would give him. But I don't think they're giving him the champion now. And
would he back down there, because he said he'll only fight for the belt? He wouldn't.
He's got no bargaining power now, honestly.
Yeah.
Is he even that big of a draw that you give him anything he asks? No, I don't think he is.
Thing is, they released Lewis Penner, but then Lewis Penner was literally punching his girlfriend in the face. But
the report from the police says Jon Jones' fiance had blood on her face, blood on her clothes, blood on the bed sheets.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but what's the difference? I don't
Well, I
know.
think I might be wrong, but he just grabbed her by the hair, I guess, and probably threw her out of bed or something. Again, is that much better than being punched in the face?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't.
He needs to. I
If
think
he
John
punched her
needs
in the
to make
face, I'm sure
changes if
there'd
he's
be.
going to be honest with himself.
Yeah, I'm sure if he'd punched her in the face, she'd have a pretty substantial damage. Because we've seen what she looked like immediately, like a couple of days later, and there's no damage. We haven't seen pictures of Lewis Penny's girlfriend.
Well, I think it's the. She said she had chapped lips.
Yeah,
It
well,
just seems
that
like an
doesn't cause
excuse.
bleeding, does it? The other
It
thing with
does, but
Lewis
not in
Penn
the
apparently
amount where you would bleed all over your shirt and the bed sheets.
exactly, yeah. Also, as well, Lewis Penn, I think he beat up another. Well, he punched another woman as well who tried to stop the situation. Saying that, I don't know for certain if he punched them in the face. I just know it said he punched both women. I assumed it was in the face, but it might not have been. The damage they talked about was not the body. It was like they injured their arms and that. So I don't know, but
didn't he had another domestic violence incident recently as well?
The second time he had back in June, or May or June.
Yeah,
and then
I think
the day before he got arrested, he sent out a tweet about mental health issues.
Yeah. And also you got to think he's not a draw for them. He's not a big deal for them. He did have a lot of potential before. You could arguably say he didn't live up to potential, but it wasn't like he was a guy that they would draw money from. So
Dana said as well when he got asked about it that he already had known issues with mental health and substances. They already knew about even before the arrests.
UFC has double standards, says Percy. Yeah. I mean, everyone's asking Dana about Jon Jones, and I think everyone was excited, thinking Jon Jones might get cut.
I think, I think it's difficult to not disagree with the fact that UFC does have double standards. I think they will try and play it off by the fact that Lewis Penner's incident was worse. But again, if Jon Jones wasn't Jon Jones, he'd have been.
Well, Jon Jones makes million pay-per-view buys, so Lewis Pena doesn't.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think the best thing for Jon would be to have some tough love.
Yeah.
But like Leon says, Jon could go anywhere else he wants to. But would anywhere else touch him, Leon? That's the thing.
I think so. Look at all these boxing fights now. He could find a YouTuber, couldn't he, for silly money? He could fight like a Roy Jones Jr. or someone like that.
We do live in an age though where someone with a domestic violence arrest, you're kind of held to it now more than you were in the past in terms of.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But then fans are quite fickle, aren't they, as well? Like, as in, a lot of fans don't care, do they? About stuff that goes on outside.
But promotional companies they care and sponsors care because people.
Like I say, I think obviously UFC have shown double standards, but I think a lot of promotions would. I think like a boxing promoter or someone would think, so what, he's beating up his wife, whatever. He could make us a lot of money, and they wouldn't worry too much about it.
I think the younger generation is more attuned to this, though.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, we got another fight. Third quarterfinal.
It's interesting. A kickboxer wearing cycling shorts.
Is he wearing cycling shorts?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Is this Ozcan?
Yeah. Coming in 13-fight win streak.
He is wearing cycling shorts. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no sponsors. Maybe he just feels comfortable in them, Leon. He cycles every day.
Maybe he forgot his shorts.
Yeah. Oh, he just got a sponsor on his backside. They are cycling shorts. Man just likes to cycle.
He has got a couple of sponsors on the back.
Jon Jones versus Vitor Belfort 2. Crazier things have happened.
See, if he left the UFC, he could have some massive fights and earn some. He could earn more money. So is it really a punishment? There's no right answer to this, really. What do you do with him? What do you do with him?
I don't know. TC says, "What did I miss, fellas? It's 6:40 in the morning in California. Whoa! Respect for tuning in, TC. You've
missed a couple of crazy knockouts.
Yeah, you have. Sammy Sana. How long was it? Like less than a minute. Oh, crazy.
Sammy Sana, about 30 seconds, was it?
Yeah, never been knocked out. Sammy got hit with a head kick. His eye was banged up, I think, and then he tried to wave it off himself. And then Chingiz Alasov finished him. First man to finish Sammy Sana. And before that, Enrico Kale also got finished by David Carrier. Very couple of interesting fights in this Grand Prix so far. And also big Swiss Schmidty got beaten up by Radio Pacic pretty badly in the first round. Oh, did that go to the second round, didn't it? Yeah. They probably should have thrown in the towel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Bones Jones says it's worth checking out the past few fights. Exactly, it is. But don't tune out. Go check him out later, TC.
Yeah.
Stay with us here.
He's another fighter that's never been stopped. That's three fighters that have never been stopped in the last two fights.
Well, knowing how things are going tonight, Sidichai is going to get stopped.
You think he's going to get stopped?
Something in the air tonight, Leon.
But you're backing him to lose.
I just think there's some crazy shit going on.
Again, I think a lot of people. I think Sidichai is a lot of people's favourite, but then I think Ozcan, I think he's favoured by a lot of people as well. 13-fight win streak.
I like his cycle as well myself, so
he's got a record as well, 84-8. Ozcan.
Bum 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 bum.
Sidichai is coming off a loss to Superbon in his one debut and then a win against Tawanchai. In fact, when he fought Tawanchai, he was supposed to fight Ozcan. This is obviously before the Grand Prix was an idea, but Ozcan pulled out injured and Tawanchai was supposed to fight Samapatch. He pulled out, I think may have been COVID, or it might have been Ozcan might have had COVID and Samapatch injured, one of the way round, and they fought each other.
Leon's
so crazy. That was only last month. Today. They were going to fight each other, which obviously meant the Grand Prix didn't exist then. So quite crazy. This Grand Prix obviously sort of was thought of and then came to fruition in a month. It's pretty mad.
Yeah, I hadn't heard any whispers about it. I thought they were going to do like the women's, like Janet Todd was talking about it, right? Like a
I don't. The thing is though, one division in all of one championship, they needed a Grand Prix. It was this one, the featherweight kickboxing. Is just so stacked.
But they already had one.
The atomweight Muay Thai division isn't so stacked. I mean, there's some good, obviously, it's strong top 5, but nothing compared to this division.
The Killer Kid, Sidichai.
Killer Kid.
SCMP MMA is the best fight companion, says Alan. I can't disagree. Even better than Joe Rogan. All right, TC.
I try to beef up the likes and the subscriptions earlier, but I don't have the same pizzazz as Chris.
Oh
when it
yeah,
comes to
Chris is the hype man.
I don't have the same conviction.
Well, I'll run the little banner across the bottom. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do it now, guys. Smash a like below. It helps us out. And we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and well, you're watching us on YouTube, so I don't know how to call this now, Leon, because everything has gone against what I said, apart from Radia Bacic so far. So yes.
It's interesting as well. Stuck to this division is, and the fact that Ozcan hasn't fought yet in one, he
Someone
still
down.
he still sits at number 5 in the rankings.
Yeah. Did you do your rankings recently?
Yeah, it's interesting. They pulled out Yoshitiko Nato.
Yeah. Did you see me moaning about that on Twitter?
But Christian Lee was still there in the featherweight.
They said inactivity.
But he fought.
But he fought
last
road
year
to one.
On the road to one, lost to Yosuke Saruta.
Who fought for the belt?
Yeah,
and
that's kind of like one championship, isn't it?
Essentially, it's one championship for fighters who can't get to one, right? Because they're stuck in Japan.
Yeah,
and then
very crazy.
Also, Dagi is still ranked number 2. Hasn't fought
lightweight, Christian
for 2
in the featherweight.
years. Christian featherweight hasn't fought for 2.5 years at featherweight, at least. More than that. In January 2019, he fought at featherweight, I think. Edward Kelly.
I do agree. After a year and a half inactivity, he should be removed from the rankings. Although you could argue there should be a bit of leeway at the moment, just because of the whole situation. Some fighters physically haven't been able to fight through no fault of their own. But I think as a general guide, 18 months should be a must.
Yeah. So I was filling out my rankings, and then they said it was like, by the way, he's been removed from the rankings. I was like, no, I just put him back in. I wasn't having it. Yeah, I was like, he's still in there. Yeah. But I think they wanted to put Lito Adewang in at number 5, right? That was what they wanted, because Lito's fighting Jared Brooks.
Oh.
I cause a lot of trouble when I do my rankings, Leon. I'm a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Call it like
they should send us a list of the whole roster.
Yeah, it's tough because sometimes I'm thinking, even the lightweight, I don't think Dagi should be ranked, right? So I'm thinking, who deserves? So I put Peter Baust back in, but he lost to Timothy, because I was like, I mean, Eddie doesn't really deserve it. Who have you got? You got like Peter Baust, Tony Caruso. It's tough.
No,
it's tough.
But then he lost to Marek
Gavrov. And he was coming off such a long, it's a difficult one.
But if you had every name in front of you, you could sort of
this information seems to be nowhere available on the internet as well. Like a definitive roster for each division. They don't even have it on their website.
I don't think any promotion does that, do they? A list of all of the fighters on the roster.
Maybe
they do have on the one championship all the athletes, but I don't think it's in any order, alphabetical or weight division or nothing. So
do your rankings by that,
which isn't that helpful.
Yeah, it's very tough to call. I just don't think Dagi should be there, and then I think realistically, Peter Baust is the next one because he was ranked before that. They removed him to put Gafarov in so that Eddie could beat Gafarov and get a ranking. And then Oak beat Gafarov. Oh, it was a disaster. How do we see it going, Leon?
I still see Sichishai winning this fight. He's certainly been the more aggressive.
Cycling shorts. It's been a good show though so far, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's kind of flown by.
hasn't been disappointed.
No.
I mean, after this fight, I've only got 2 fights left.
Yeah. $79 of you have liked this video. That's nice. Please, anyone else who's not liked it. Yeah. Not a bad ratio.
That's right.
And we're not juicing like Asian MMA. We're not juking the stats like they do. Those bastards. Giving fake numbers on their social media. Stealing everyone's stories. Yeah. I'm shooting all over James Goyder.
He's a snowflake as well, I can tell you.
No love for Goyder here. No, I like James. He's all right, but
he's blocked me everywhere.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Snowflake.
Well, he pissed me off a few times because he keeps stealing content from SCMP.
He pisses everyone off.
He doesn't link to it, or he links to like the Twitter. He links to a tweet that we put. It's like, can you just link to the story, please? And there was one time I got an exclusive, and he instead of giving props to us, he said, "Oh, my own sources have confirmed this." It's like, come on, bro. What did he block you for?
Do you really want to know?
Your outspoken nature.
It was one of the memes I put in the WhatsApp group. But if you remember the one, turning your clocks back this October. Don't forget to turn them back to 1942.
Okay. Yeah. See, I can take memes. It doesn't get under my skin. If I'm a bit drunk, I might respond to them and be like, "Well, I don't agree with that." But no, James has upset me a few times recently. So
I've heard a few people complain about him about like stealing stuff and not physical stuff, but
yeah. And now it's all just pictures of like fighters in bikinis and stuff, and it's like,
I know.
Yeah.
Turning to like the Sun newspaper.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
That's not good. Anyway. I can't really call this one. I'm a little bit torn. I don't know who's winning. I mean, we finally got a fight that's got out of the first round in this Grand Prix. So,
and we're talking about other people.
We're talking about James Goyder.
Yeah. Let's get back to the fight.
Yeah. Carlito here with some French, which I gonna try and. He says clown, so I think that translates easily. Sana. Cirque is circus, right? Devait faire le clown. Something about circuses and clowns, perhaps. Anyone speak French? Tell us what.
I don't think anyone can accuse Sami Sana of being a clown.
A clown. Carlito, can you translate for us? I used to do French at school, but that was about 20 years ago, man. So I'm a bit rusty.
I started teaching myself Bahasa, Indonesian.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
How's that? Is that on the app? What's it called?
No,
Duolingo.
I just every day I Google a couple of words.
Look
I
at
can
you.
barely speak English though, so it's a challenge for me to remember foreign words.
Immersing yourself in the culture.
Yeah, trying to.
Very good. Did you learn much while you're in Malaysia? What was the? I guess
it was the same, pretty much the same language, but I didn't really make an effort in KL because everyone spoke English. Everyone speaks English here, but I don't know. Just felt like making more of an effort here.
Okay.
I guess it's in an island. Is a bit more. Feels a bit more. What's the word? I don't know. But city. Living in a city, there's not as much motivation to learn the language.
I guess you want to converse with you probably see a lot of people every day.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone, so yeah.
Plus, I've always wanted to learn a second language because it's just a great thing to do. And bilingual people, they use different parts of their brains. They learn other stuff better and easier.
All right.
And it's a challenge.
Maybe I'll learn Cantonese.
Cantonese.
Yeah, it's a dying language. Dansk, Espanol, and English. Degenerate Dane's got a few languages, it looks like.
But yeah, I'm like so envious of people like Roger Federer. Not only speaks like English and other languages, but fluently. Like he speaks better English than I do. He just it's incredible.
Those Swiss.
He speaks about 3 or 4 different languages completely fluently.
Well, we're going to get a third round, I think, here.
This is the third round.
Is it? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just talking about language.
Yeah.
Not paying attention. This one's kind of gone by. It's not been not my favorite fight, let's say, of the night, Leon.
It's been very technical, but obviously after the first 3 fights, they were very kind of one-sided and explosive.
I've been spoiled. I just I wanted another knockout, Leon.
There's bound to be, but considering I would have anything predicted that all 4 fights could easily have gone the distance. So the fact the first 2 barely got out the first minute, one of them was bound to go.
I think you won it because the atomweight Grand Prix we had 4 finishes, 4 decisions, right?
Yeah.
So
did, yeah.
Yeah, and they were all kind of exciting in their own way, but it's good to get a cheeky finish. And now we got the 8K camera here on Mr. Ozchan.
And the other thing as well, because there's a Grand Prix, we don't know when the semi-final is going to be. So if you've won a fight quickly, that's only going to do you like favour for the next stage. Because again,
that's why I'm a bit upset about the turnaround, because they all went the distance, right? And some of them were proper banged up.
Yeah. I mean, could we see the semi-finals of this on 1X? I can't see them. I can't see them having the final by then. Well, they can't now, can they? Because of COVID.
I think as much as it's great, they need to put the kickboxing on a card with MMA on it to get general interest, because I think the interest in this has been lower in terms of what I normally see for one championship events.
You've got a split decision.
Yeah.
Have you got the sound on?
Yeah, split. Who is it? Whoa, Sidichai. All right. He said like bread corner.
I've spoken to him before. He said he practices trying to start
red,
blue and red the same way.
Oh, Dom, you tease. Okay.
I'm gonna have to watch that fight back again tomorrow. I missed too much of that.
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to that one. We were talking about James Gordon.
Shame, because although it didn't have the finish of the first 2, it was a technical fight between 2 unbelievable kickboxers.
Yeah.
Which for the purists probably would have enjoyed more or as much.
Yeah. It's a shame, you don't have the crowd for those kind of fights, because I think people would be on their feet. It would be a lot of noise.
I said I expected more. I expected all 4 of the fights kind of to go this way, really.
Yeah.
But because, like I said, 3 of the last 4 fighters in the last 2 fights have never been finished, and then even some of the others haven't been finished that often. So, and then when you're fighting someone else on their level,
why isn't Quang translating? This is bullshit.
Well, I guess she's not in Singapore, is she?
Is it her?
I think so.
It might be.
I can't hear.
Oh no, sounds too American. All right, it's
Gregorian has been finished 11 times, but then he's got 64 finishes to his name. So it's safe to say he's a pretty aggressive fighter.
Leon's got all the stats tonight. Yeah, this is a good question, Leon. From Percy. Is the fight between Mighty Mouse and Rodtang an exhibition? I think it has to be, right? Can't count on anyone's record.
Can't count as MMA or Muay Thai.
Yeah. What are the odds for the main event? Let me bring up Fanatics for you, TC. Petrosian is a minus 250 favorite, Superbond plus 220. That is per Fanatics, who tend to, I don't know if they got. It's tough to find odds for one, so I don't blame them. I don't know where they get those odds. That's what I say.
There we go. Got face-off look in the circle.
Oh, they brought in. Oh my god.
That's going to be well.
Shine Kyria.
Why go away from the face-off just to show this, which we've already seen?
Yeah. All right, Marat and Andy. Could be Andy Sauer's last fight. Leon said that he's going to retire if he loses this fight.
2 fights left, and we still haven't heard from Christian Lee yet.
They're saving that for the main event, I think.
This could be fun, the main event. There's a bit of bad blood behind it. And have you noticed one getting more behind the kind of the trash talking in the last probably year or so?
Yeah, so that's basically because
they've embraced it a bit more.
The whole like honor, courage thing. I think a certain person left the company and went to another company, and I think that person was pushing that whole thing. And
well, you think that was down to him? That whole was like complete respect like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I hope we're talking about the same person. But
well, is there maybe a legal action going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
From what I know, that was his whole thing. And I think once he left, common sense prevailed that people.
I thought it was because one are starting to, go into America now, and Americans do love it. But I think you can get a balance where you can, have some trash talking without it going to the lengths of, bringing in religion and families. And
I think that's the general, like they say, don't go too far. They definitely encourage it now. And I think they realized
it sells fights.
Yeah, you can't sell fights.
You
can't sell fights without it. And you can't, people won't read articles. People won't watch videos unless there's some drama.
I think they've said as well, it wouldn't be appreciated in Asia. Asians don't like trash talking. I don't think that's true. I've never thought
absolutely
that's
not true. I
Maybe
mean, when
not as much as the Americans.
When the Panther went to Myanmar to fight Ongla, Matt Scott was there, and he said all the fans were giving Nalani death threats and things. I mean, and then one got really pissed off when we published that story on SCMP, and the man I'm telling you about, like, banned Matt from covering one championship. There you go. Here's Christian.
There you go. I might have to turn this up a little bit.
Yeah, turn it up. I'm ready to fight Ukraine today. He doesn't want to fight anyone else but Oak. Okay. I thought he was going to say more.
That's fair enough. He said he wants to fight Oak and he won't fight anyone else until he gets his rematch. But that's the only fight to make, really. And Christian, like you say, I think on one hand, it gives him more time to improve his cardio.
Yeah.
Two, it gives him he's been very active for a champion.
Yeah, I think he should take a break. And he's just become a father,
so he could maybe enjoy a bit of family time. Although saying that, when I spoke to when I kind of asked him about it before his last fight, he said it hasn't really changed anything having a baby. His baby goes with him to the gym every day, still does his training with his wife there, his baby there.
And they've got such a big support network that
exactly,
all the family there, you can hand the baby over for a couple of hours, couldn't you? If you're going to train, it's not going to disrupt anything.
Exactly, yeah. Plus, well, saying that, I don't think he'll have any time off. I don't think he does
he
anyway.
should.
I think
He three title defenses in 12 months.
I think he's the sort of person to be in the gym every day, though. And I think, especially now, he's going to be more driven than ever to get his belt back. Not only did he lose it, but he feels like he shouldn't have lost it.
Yeah.
And it was down to the judges, not his performance. So, yeah, I think he'll train hard. I'm pretty sure he's in the gym every day at the moment, training hard.
He should wait, and he should, however long they wait to do it, even if it's next summer, I think Christian should wait and just, work on his strength and conditioning, work on the cardio. Because all it was, I think, was the gas tank.
Not just. I think that was a big factor, but I think you'll give Oak credit as well, because I think his takedown defense was so good. And like I said, I think I said on the night, Christian's made everyone look pretty poor recently. He's just walked through killers. And I think I think most people acknowledge that Oak is dangerous, but I thought I can't see Christian losing, because he's getting so much better every fight. But then Oak was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
I don't think that was the best Oak has fought, though. Well, I was more impressed with the Eddie fight and the Gaffarov fight.
Yeah, I think I was more impressed with the fact that he stopped Christian Lee taking him down, which isn't easy. And
it's not easy, yeah. But it's apples and oranges.
It's interesting as well that he said afterwards that he didn't think Christian Lee was going to go. He didn't train the takedown so much because he thought Christian Lee wouldn't try to do it so much, because he thought that Oak would think that he expected that. So he thought Christian Lee would come in a bit more of a surprising tactic and keep it more on the feet.
Either way, look, rematch makes sense and there's an appetite for it. And why would Christian risk getting a rematch by taking on someone else? Makes no sense.
Yeah, because not only did he lose it, but he lost it it was controversially. So
yeah, and he's so young. It's not going to hurt him to take a little bit of time off.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, although he won't take time off, he won't be in fight camp. So he may be working more, less sparring, more cardio, more technique.
And he can help. I'm sure he's going to have his hands full helping Victoria prepare. And Angela's going to have her come back soon.
Came back, yeah. And we have Andy Sauer in cycling shorts as well.
Yeah. What is it with the cycling shorts tonight?
What is going on tonight? Has he done that before? I probably have seen it before, but I don't know why. Just very, very rare you see kickboxers or Muay Thai fighters in cycling shorts.
Someone fill us in. Al C enjoying the card tonight. Not a huge kickboxing watcher, but this has been really good. I agree. Big entrance here. I like it.
And Andy Sauer, actually, do you know he's fought 5 times in MMA?
I didn't know that.
2 and 3 in MMA.
Interesting. Which promotions?
I'm not sure.
Ooh, sorry,
I can't remember now, but UFC. I can't remember.
Marek Grigorian.
So I think before the card, I would have said we're going to see a Grigorian versus Sichichai final.
Yeah.
Sichichai is obviously now in the semi-finals. Can Grigorian join him in the other half in the semis? He started off slowly in his one debut. Do you remember as well? He got knocked down in the first round.
Yeah.
In fact, showing it now, look. I don't know if they'll show that he knocked down. Then he came back strong.
Yeah.
That's his finish.
Oh. Oh, the knee.
A lot of people as well think Grigorian's the best kickboxer on the planet at the moment.
We're about to find out, Leon.
which is strange when you consider that Giorgio Petrosian still
Oh shit!
competing.
Well, that'd be a good final. I mean, sorry if he wins it and challenges Georgia. Maybe Giorgio won't win tonight though.
I'll say that a bit of bad blood in the main event. It's mainly be one-sided, really. Superbom's been doing most of the talking. Petrosian's just been saying, "I do my talking in the ring."
You cannot get a word out of Petrosian.
Petrosian spoke a bit of English last night in the face-offs.
Did he?
When he got, yeah, when he got asked a question.
Well, it's like Lapkus. Those two they're not great at hyping a fight. You know what I mean?
Petrosian doesn't need to, though. He's so good.
Yeah, but
if you're a kickboxing fan, you'll just tune in.
If you're a kickboxing fan, yeah, but if you're a general combat sports fan, it's tough. Your nickname is Sour Power. Wouldn't you just call yourself Andy Sour Power or Power Sour?
Andy Power Sour, I would.
He's got his own team.
I guess, though, that's a nickname to be used on its own rather than in between names. It's like Iron Mike Tyson. You can't just call him really Iron, can you? Some nicknames you can just refer to them by the actual nickname, whereas Iron on its own just doesn't sound right. It needs to be followed by Mike.
Thug Rose.
Thug Rose, yeah.
Iron Michael Chandler as well.
And Iron Michael Chandler, yeah.
No one calls him Iron. It's like, dude, you need a new nickname.
Yeah.
I like Michael Chandler, but he needs a new nickname.
How good is him versus Justin Gaethje going to be?
You know what? I think it's going to be over in like a minute. Someone's just going to.
How about this for prediction, right? Gaethje's going to beat Chandler. Oliveira will beat Poirier, and then Gaethje will beat Charlie Olives.
I think the interesting thing is any one of those things could happen. Like Chandler could beat Gaethje. I think Poirier could beat Oliveira and vice versa. It's a very interesting time in that division right now.
I think Charlie Olives beats Poirier.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Chandler nearly beat Charlie Olives. You know what I mean? It could have been all different. It's like
I don't know many people that aren't backing Poirier to win that fight. But I just think.
Yeah, I think Charlie.
I think he's phenomenal. I think his ground game is unbelievable.
Yeah.
His jiu-jitsu. And his hands just look better every fight.
Yeah.
And he's getting tougher and he's more confident. He's won, 80 fights in a row now, is it? A little exaggeration. What is it? About 10 in a row, is it?
Yeah, something 8 maybe. Andy Sauer and Marat Grigorian. All right. Are we going to get another finish, Leon?
I think if we do.
Oh yeah, we might.
It'd be Gregorian, yeah. But Sauer's only been he's fought over 200 times. He's only been stopped 5 times.
He just got knocked down pretty bad.
Well, saying that, I don't think he's that hurt.
We'll see.
I think if there's a finish, it'll be Gregorian. I think he's going to win anyway. But that's a nice.
Yeah. Oh, head kick.
Uppercut.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh. God, these guys.
Jeez. Oh,
the striking's insane.
He's still in it though. In the other fights, after the first big blow, the fight was pretty much over.
Yeah. Got a head clash.
Is that head clash or elbow?
Something.
Right on the nose. You know that would have stung. It just carried on.
Yeah.
like a madman. Still moving his head, attacking. This was the fight a lot of people were looking forward to most on the card, I think.
It's been fun so far. Got to get off the wall. Oh.
In the last 10 seconds, are we? Or did they not put the clock back up after they stopped?
The clock's gone, yeah. This is an insane level.
When them uppercuts land. He still keeps coming back.
Wow.
How fast did that round go?
Yeah. See,
that was crazy.
I know the last fight was technically good, but I just feel this fight is instantly more fun.
We have been paying more attention to this fight. For some reason, we got distracted from the last fight.
I just think it
could have been the best fight ever.
No, I wasn't into it.
I'm definitely watching it back first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Gregorian, he's so aggressive. You can see that. So I think he's got, 64 knockouts, but then he's been knocked out 11 times, which I think is probably, super is more than, oh no, he hasn't, sorry. He's lost 11 times. He's only been knocked out once. I was looking at his record. He's 64-11. 33-1 in knockouts. It's obviously pretty...
Well, round 2. More of the same, please, guys. That was very fun. I still think Gregorian, but I thought Andy was out of it, but he's popped up and he's caught Marat a couple of times.
He's never really looked hurt though, I don't think.
Yeah.
He's taken a few big shots, particularly some of them uppercuts, but
I think the knockdown was like the force of it, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. But he's back against the fence, again.
I don't think he's had a lot of choice though. Gregorian's just going forward.
Yeah, walking him down.
So you can see why Andy Sauer is such a legend of the sport. I mean, he's fighting arguably the best kickboxer on the planet at the moment in his later years of his career. And although he's losing, he's making it competitive. I'll say that.
He is, yeah.
Blasted. But he's fighting back the whole time. Doesn't look in trouble.
Good head movement.
Yeah, good head movement. Tidy whiteys.
Ripping to the body. Very durable here, but I think you would say Gregorian is clearly in charge. Let us know in the comments what you're thinking. Those shorts, they're just criminal, I think.
So long as well. They're all the way down to the knee.
Oh, hit the mic. Is that a knockdown?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's hurt his
Second
leg.
time he's down.
He's hurt his leg. Is he going to get up from that?
It's over.
Good.
Refs told him no. Oh, wow. There's a foot.
We have another finish.
You don't like to see it end like that, especially if that's the last fight of his career.
That's a good point. Yeah, don't want to finish a legendary career like that.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Was it his ankle? I mean, he
Looked like
stood
his
up.
lower leg. I don't know if it was his shin. I'll tell
Referee
you the amount
saw
of
something.
respect
Yeah.
between these 10 athletes, if you include, but well, I say that it's not a lot of respect between Superbod and Petrosian, but let's say the amount of respect in this Grand Prix between the 8 of them is something else. I mean, they're so respectful of each other. We have our semi-final lineup.
We do.
3 finishers on the night.
Here we go. What happened? Something happened. I can't see it.
Was he already limp? It's a bit red just above his ankle, and he wasn't putting weight on his leg.
Yeah.
You can see. Can you see just above his ankle? Very red.
But the ref said, I think ref asked him.
When the referee first waved off, he looked disappointed, but then he needed to be getting up a bit quicker.
What happened there?
Nick, I've just had an amazing idea.
What?
Get Chris to record a little thing saying subscribe, click the like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then you can just press a button.
I'll put it on the soundboard. Yeah.
Put it on the soundboard, and every now and then you can just press the button.
Oh, what a great idea. Chris, if you're listening. That's a great idea. That is a great idea, Leon.
That would save me ever having to do it again.
Yeah, and me. Wow, what a great idea. Tom Taylor. Trying to get Tom Taylor on here. Yeah, super idea, Leon.
Well, you know, I come up with these
every now and then.
When you come up with the amount of bad ideas I come up with, every now and then, and one's got a.
Leon, I'm gonna put a question on the screen for you to answer. You're on your own again, briefly.
Okay.
Well, let's see what Andy Sauer says first.
Yeah, good. Yeah, do that first. Yeah, let me hear this.
It's more like a bulldozer. So he keeps coming through and I put a hold it on, want to find him sometimes.
Have a good brawl.
You know, but then his jab is so weird. Usually wants to jab, straight jab, with the elbows upwards. So it was straight, so I found that
Shin. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God! Look at that. Oh, you got dead foot. Drop foot? Is that what you call it?
Drop foot. It didn't look like drop foot because he was able to stand okay. But you can get different types of nerve damage.
Yeah. 24 years. Oh, he's crying. Oh God. This is tough. I fought a lot. To end like this is difficult. Especially my kids, my family are watching. I have a loss. Last couple of years tough. Thank you to the martial arts world. It brought me a lot of fortune, not in the way of money.
Oh, not now.
Yeah. What the hell? She's retired. Wow. Time to say goodbye. Andy Sauer.
Mr. Sauer, it was an honor to call your last match. It has been absolutely wonderful to watch your career and everything you've done in the sport of kickboxing. So myself, Michael Chavello, we thank you for everything you have accomplished and done and all the performances that you have given us. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy.
There we go.
What a legend.
What a legend. There, he can't walk though. Look, I think it is. Yeah, it's nerve, isn't it? Good call by
I'm
the
so
referee.
happy with that there is one Super Series because it's putting the Andy Sauers and the Marek Grigorians on a bit more of a global stage. I think maybe that since the glory days, and there's been a bit of hasn't been as mainstream. And one, particularly Muay Thai, is just like the Rod Tangs, the Nongos, the Sam A's, are just becoming household names now with MMA fans.
That's good. Here's Marat. All right, Leon's on his own briefly. I could stay with you if you need.
We're going to just stay for the interview and then I'll answer that question.
Yeah, all right.
I'm just going to hear what he says.
Chingiz Alasov, Marat
That's going to be a
Grigorian.
fun matchup.
Should be. Chingiz is also a good fighter. Oh, he's in the cage.
Yeah, we're
Gonna get a face off.
They've both got a similar look about them. They could both be in the film 300.
Leon's dog is here as well. Here we go, face-off time. Imagine if they just started shoving each other, like that'd be funny.
One of them headbutted the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael's excited.
Yeah.
First time I've heard
you
his
can
voice.
hear him. You can hear the voice. You got your semis there. Marat
epic
Grigorian.
semi-finals.
Chingiz Alasov. So I think I got one of those right. All right. Leon's a couple of questions for Leon briefly. He can pick which one he wants. Who do you think will win the Women's Grand Prix, and do you think Denise will get robbed, or did she get robbed?
Right, Percy. I would say she definitely didn't get robbed because the fight was too close. And not only was it close, it was pretty uneventful, especially compared to the other three quarterfinals. I think anyone who watched the fight probably thought Denise won because she controlled most of the fight. I think I said this earlier on. But if you are going to go on the one scoring system, it goes near finishes. There wasn't any near finishes. Anyway, even closer near finish. Then damage, and there's only a tiny bit of damage, and that was to Denise. And then further down becomes control, which obviously Denise had the upper hand there, but damage comes ahead of that. So I can kind of see why the one scoring system would have given Denise the win, even though I think just from watching it, without any knowledge of scoring criteria or anything like that, it looked obvious that Denise won. But it was pretty close. There wasn't a lot of action. Denise, even when she was controlling the fight, never really looked like she was looking to finish the fight or to cause damage. It was literally just to control the position of the fight and her opponent. So it's not shoe scoring. But yeah, too close to be a robbery. I can see obviously why a lot of people are upset. But obviously we are going to see that run back now. Well, I think the plan was to run it back in December. That would be brilliant. I think it will be a much better second fight. I think Denise said in another interview she'd been knocked out in training 5 weeks before that, which meant she wasn't as she's a bit more gun shy. So you'd expect both fighters to go in to the rematch a lot more aggressively and not want to leave the fight in the judges' hands. And you're back to time. I haven't talked about the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix, who do I think is going to win? I don't even know who's going to win versus Suzuki versus Ritu. I think that fight's so intriguing because they both go into the fight with the same kind of game plan to get their opponent to the ground and then to just beat them up on the ground effectively. So I'm really, really intrigued by that fight. I've got no idea, really got no idea how that fight's going to go. I would say Suzuki may have the slight advantage on the feet. Ritu maybe the advantage on the thing, but she comes more from the wrestling background. I think Suzuki's more the judo background. The other semi-final, I'm backing Stamp to win. So I'm a bit more confident in that one. So I think Stamp will be in the final, and then we're going to have a striker versus grappler in the final, and then it's going to be who can implement their game the better. If it is Stamp, and if it is Stamp versus Ritu or Itsuki, because with quick turnarounds, we may see injuries. The winner may get injured winning the fight. We don't know. So, there's a lot of unknowns in this Grand Prix.
I'm going for Stamp and Ritu final.
Yeah, for Ritu. I think most people are calling her the favourite to win versus Itsuki. I think partly because of her last performance against Ming Bo was so incredible. The way she came back and to turn that fight around was very impressive against Ming Bo, who was the number 2 ranked atomweight. Was she behind Denise?
Yes.
That was impressive. Itsuki beat a newcomer, albeit an experienced previous Invicta fighter. But there's something I like about Itsuki. They've both got similar experience, but Itsuki's younger. Itsuki's been training a lot with Shinya Oki. I think she posted a video today or yesterday, both of her training with Shinya. That'll be handy to get ahead of fighting someone like, a little bit Ritu, who's obviously more a wrestler background, but still a grappler and strong. Ritu's very strong, and obviously Shinya will be a lot stronger than Itsuki.
Actually, I'm changing my prediction, Leon.
Oh yeah.
What's going to happen is those two fights, those two are going to win the semis, and then one of them's going to get injured, and Jihin Radzuan is going to swan in to the final.
Do you think she's going to beat Jenilyn Olsen?
Yeah,
that's an interesting matchup because I think I rate both of them. I think they're both very good fighters. Again, obviously, Olsen comes from Team Nakai. Well, she's quite new to Team Nakai, but still, she's at Team Nakai and she's moved down. So you know she's going to be a strong girl. And Jian, as much as I rate her, she hasn't fought for a long time. So that could be a factor.
Superbon has Foo Fighters. I love it.
Does he? Which Foo Fighters song?
The Best of You.
I've always been a massive Dave Grohl fan, although I've lost a little bit of respect for him recently.
I'm going to get you some Bluetooth headphones. You can connect to your TV.
Well, the thing is, I've got the earplugs to listen to you.
Oh, you just need to listen to me.
Well, it might be a bit of a weird conversation if I could hear you.
You could put it on your laptop, you know.
Yeah,
you'd have two screens.
Too much. As long as I can watch it.
Superbon. Will we see the best of him tonight?
I think, well, I was going to say yes, but then Petrosian's the kind of fighter that can not allow you to fight at your best because he's so good offensively and defensively. It's so difficult to hit him, and obviously we all know about his accuracy. I mean, that's what I call the doctor, but his defense is as good as his offense.
Oh, well, breaking news. I've just cancelled my spin class tomorrow morning.
Have you?
Because I don't think I'll make it in one piece. I've had a few Dragon Waters, so yeah. Dragon Water. Please sponsor us. Yeah, here we go. Main event time. One first strike. This has been a very nice card. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
Some
been a
great
great card.
finishes. 3 finishes in that Grand Prix. Crazy. Little unlucky there. Andy Sauer, yeah. Emotional way to go out.
Like he said, I mean, obviously he went out because of the leg injury, but like he acknowledged, Marriott was so strong, and although he was still making it competitive, he was still fighting back. He didn't really look that hurt apart from the leg. He acknowledged that Marriott was just so strong, and he would have just, well, I don't know if he would have eventually worn him down, but I think the fight would have just carried on the same way. Oh man, I miss that corridor backstage. I remember seeing Shinya and Christian together after their fight, after Enter the Dragon.
Do you walk down that when you go there?
Yeah, I don't look as good as Giorgio when I'm walking down there. I kind of, my forearms, no, my thighs, that size of his forearm.
Normally they have like the big blue champion.
I think they do. I think they're showing the walk from further away this time.
Okay.
But then are they still going to go past all the pictures?
I mean, here you go. Here are the pictures.
Yeah, it's strange though. They're starting to do the walk from right back, literally outside the change rooms now. This is the first time they've done that. It's the first time they've done ceremonial weigh-ins, which is a bit of a strange time. Although I like them, you think they'd maybe wait till the fans are back, because that's kind of the idea of the ceremonial weigh-ins. We have the weigh-ins. I'm hoping once things go back to normal, they can start.
Yeah, put doing a ceremonial
weigh-ins live on YouTube again, like they were before COVID. But the ceremonial weigh-ins are, I guess it's on YouTube, but you want fans in the house, really, don't you? Cheering and jeering. Is he wearing any of his Stone Island like he normally does? He normally comes out. Oh, and he comes out to a bit of classical music, isn't it?
It's not classical for me. He's got a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, Stone Island, yeah.
Easy fight for Super Bond, says Tanin. We'll see.
I don't know about that.
Shots. I think we both went for Petrosian, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right, main event time.
I mean, he's no slouch.
He is no slouch.
Subon's on a 10-fight win streak as well. Giorgio Petrosian's 7-0 in one championship.
7-1 it should be.
Well, yeah, 7-0-1, I guess, isn't it? That Pech Moricat. Yeah. Talking about that fight today, actually. The first Pech Moricat fight.
Robbery. Can't believe they made Pech Moricat redo that. The man just wanted to buy a house for his family. Chatri should have said, all right, I'll buy you a house anyway. How much
I reckon they would have had to sweeten him a bit for the rematch, because Pech Moricat said immediately afterwards he's not having a rematch, he's not fighting him again. So I reckon they might have
they should have just given him a bit of money, yeah. And I think he got a belt, didn't he, eventually?
Well, yeah, he fought for the inaugural featherweight Muay Thai title.
They made a belt for him.
He won that, yeah.
100 likes, good stuff, says Alan Bones Jones. Damn right, that's good stuff. If you haven't already, smash a like on the video and go and follow Asian Persuasion as well. Give that a subscribe and a like on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Maybe not Facebook anymore. But they have a group. Asian Persuasion MMA, the group. But please follow all of Leon's channels as well. He's so nice and kind for doing this and helping us out. But he's got even better content over there.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Hey, you're the man with all the scoops and the sources. You're always like getting all the inside info.
Well, back in the day, it was better. When I was at every event, you just your nose down to the ground.
Honestly, I would come downstairs, we're having breakfast with Leon, and Misha Tate would come up and be like, "Oh, hey Leon, what's up?" And everyone would just give Leon a fist bump, from the cameramen to like the fighters, the coaches. He was Mr. One Championship.
I was part of the furniture.
But like he says, it's tough when there's no events. We can't go to them.
I can't believe it's been like over a year and a half now.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Nearly 2 years, right?
Yeah, I mean, going to events, like 1 or 2 events a month, going around Asia, interviewing all these amazing athletes face to face. Yeah.
Oh, the dream.
So good.
Fingers crossed next year. All right, here we go. Petrosian, Super Bond.
Let's do this.
Are we going to get one more finish? We've had 3. We've been spoiled for finishes today. 4 of the 5 fights have been finished. 3 in the Grand Prix. Okay.
Here we go. Interesting. I think Super Bond said he's going to give Giorgio a lesson in Muay Thai, which is kind of interesting considering it's a kickboxing matchup.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get another Pet Marcotte incident. They'll redo it.
An elbow knockout.
Did you say Mario Balotelli's friends with
Oh, yeah, he's friends with Petrosian. Yeah. I think
Mario Balotelli likes kickboxing.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think Petrosian's going to win by a rear naked choke in the 6th round. That's my official prediction.
Is this? Yeah, the 2nd round though, Leon. You must remember is Muay Thai rules, and then the 3rd is MMA. Oh my God! Did you see that? You just I'd be dead after that. I would be dead. Oh, how is he so?
Look at his accuracy. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Do you like it, Leon, when you get like the Muay Thai fighters coming over to kickboxing? Because there's always a little bit of like the rules they try and we saw with Pet Marcotte. It's not necessarily their fault, but they tend to do things.
I think we're seeing less of it. Like Pet Marcotte obviously came over, but most of these, like the Grand Prix, most of these are kickboxing specialists. Even like Sichai, he's predominantly fought kickboxing the last 6 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange in a way to have 2 sports almost identical.
Yeah.
If you take away if you add the knees and the clinch, you've got Muay Thai pretty much.
Yeah.
Plus, in one championship, you've got the bigger gloves, I guess. So that gives it another different element.
If Leon, to play devil's advocate, if you had to pick one that one championship has to get rid of either Muay Thai or kickboxing, which one do you keep?
I'd definitely keep Muay Thai.
Okay.
100%.
Is that because of like the Asian element?
I love kickboxing, but I prefer Muay Thai. Muay Thai.
What's going on there?
I don't know. It's Scrappy Doo was out there. My little three-legged friend.
Oh yeah.
Well, normally what it is they're quiet, but they're very territorial dogs. And every now and then, if a dog comes by here, they get a bit arsey.
Okay. Well, Percy's going for Super Bon with the upset. Mine's eyes having ramen noodles. Cannot deny that they're part of the complete breakfast. You've got those. Have you had Indomie noodles?
No.
This like the Indonesian ramen, the cheap instant ramen. You need to get on that. Go to your nearest 7-Eleven there or what?
No, they've lots of different types of little shops here. None of them are 7-Eleven.
All right, get on that. You will thank me.
If you remind me, I'm going to tell you some shocking news after this fight. To do with food.
All right.
It's going to surprise you.
All right. If I forget, someone else remind me in the chat.
I want to tell you now, but then I'll probably end up missing the rest of the fight.
Yeah, well, I think it's like round 4 or something. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
He is planked. Oh my god! Giorgio Petrosian is out cold. Jesus
I
Christ!
thought there was a chance that could happen, but a small chance.
No way! I don't believe what I've just seen. That is crazy.
They showed Petrosian lying down unconscious.
Yeah, he was just
longer
stiff
than they
as
normally
a board.
would do.
Out ice cold. Oh my days. Flatline. That's what Mitch Chilson said. Jesus. The new champ. Oh my god.
I need to see that again.
I was talking about noodles. What the hell? Giorgio's still down. Oh my god. Whoa.
We were in silence. That is what a night of fights. I mean, we were pretty shocked by some of the quick finishes.
I don't know what.
Here we go. I need to see this again.
Oh my god. Oh look. Cross legs, yeah.
That was on the button. And if you punch someone on the button, it's game over. With the solid part of your foot.
I think he set it up with the left hook, yeah.
That's the second time he's been knocked out in his career, Petrosian. I didn't see the first one, but I'll be pretty surprised if he was knocked unconscious like that.
Degenerate Dave is off to Arizona. I hope you enjoyed it, Dave. I mean, that was
I've got Victor Chewy.
Oh, Victor's getting some shine here. Oh, Jesus, I can't believe that.
He always had a chance of winning because of his knockout power. But I still thought Petrosian's defense would be too good.
Oh my God. Oh. Jesus Christ.
Petrosian's already gone.
Did they stretcher him out?
I don't know. I reckon he would have got up because Super went over to him to, I don't know if he would have done that if he was still lying down on a stretcher. Or maybe, I don't know.
Oh my God.
I miss finding all gold paper in my bag as well.
Yeah.
After every one event, you'd be like,
Yeah.
for weeks, you'd be like, oh, gold paper everywhere. Here we go. We want to hear this interview. I might have to turn this up a little bit.
Oh my God.
I reckon Chatry's on quarantine. Do you reckon he had to go through quarantine coming back? Because he's back in Singapore now, and he's not. This is such a big card. You'd have thought he'd been there if he could.
Yeah, they don't have the green lane with the UK.
We came out from England, didn't he? Which
Yeah. So there's no. He would have quarantined, yeah. Unless he hopped on a plane to Germany and then went back. Probably did.
is that Kwang's voice?
Is that Kwang? Yes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, a big Kwang in the house.
Got it back in the game.
Yeah, shit. Imagine being Kwang. Having to ask this.
Imagine being Super Bon.
Yeah. Wow. Super.
Yes, you did. Now, your next challenger for your belt will be decided by the Featherweight Kickboxing World Grand Prix. Do you have a message for the 4 semifinalists that will be competing?
Yeah. That blows it wide open, doesn't it, Leon?
Does it?
Jesus. Wow. I'm just going to put these Thai messages on the screen. TC told us all. Super Bond by upset. One's going to overrule it. He can't kick, says Tannen. Super Bond. Everyone's loving Super Bond, says Akilbeck. Oh my God, that's one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen.
To knock out probably the greatest kickboxer ever in that manner is just
like he's cheering before he hits the ground.
He was losing the fight as well up to that point. Man.
Scary. That was a very good card. Just drama all the way through. Even Big Schmitty bring the drama. So many upsets.
Well, not just the
Chris
upsets.
says, what was Christian Lee's announcement? Yeah, so many first round. We had 4 first round finishes, right?
Yeah. Oh, well,
or 5.
Yeah, the Big Schmid lost in the second round, wasn't it? Was it beginning second round?
Second round, yeah. Second, yeah.
And also was Gregorian? Was that beginning of the second round or was that the end of the first round?
You're right. Second, yeah.
And what's this?
Nothing new.
Just think now. So we've got next gen. That's going to be the next. That's going to be the last live card until 1X. That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're gonna have a month off.
We're gonna have 2 cards, but it's just crazy that we're not gonna have any more live fights. The next live card is going to be 1X. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Because, oh my God, talk about why we love the sport. Well, it's not even MMA, our predominant sport, isn't it? But why we love martial arts in general. What a night. I mean, Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Kind of
I mean, yeah, I haven't got any words. That
no,
I don't think
this is
that
the
could have gone
quietest
any
we've been
better
all
for
night.
one. Yeah. Well, Chris asking what was Christian's announcement. He didn't announce anything. He said basically he's gonna wait for the rematch. He's not gonna do anything else until that rematch. So probably won't see Christian back till next summer because Oak's got a broken orbital, which is gonna take months to heal. Maybe March, April at the earliest we see
Christian Lee,
that fight.
Giorgio Petrosian, maybe kickboxing in the meantime.
Should they run it back? Says
And
Percy. What, Petrosian and Superbon? I don't think
well,
Petrosian's got a case for it.
Yeah, Petrosian. Yeah, as much as he's not even been a dominant champion because this was for the inaugural belt. He's been a dominant character in the.
That's
in this
crazy,
division.
right?
But
Like he's dominated the division, and then he gets the belt, and he's fucked it. Oh my god!
the thing is, well, the only Petrosian is probably going to have several months out now with no contact or anything after that knockout. But Superbon's next title defense is against the Grand Prix winner. You can't mess around and say,
yeah.
And even
there
if
was
they
no
take
tomfoolery
their time
there.
Grand Prix, even if they take the time with the Grand Prix, Petrosian's not going to be back in time to fight before that anyway. That'd be silly.
Who do you think he's gonna fight, Leon? From what you've seen tonight, Superbon, who do you think's gonna be his first challenger?
Well, yeah, that's good. I thought you were going to say who do you think Petrosian will fight next? But
well,
that
after that, I'll ask you. Yeah, who do you think Petrosian?
Both are difficult questions because who's going to win? Again, I think that, as we've seen tonight, anything could happen in the Grand Prix. I think
I've got no clue.
I think we'll see a Sichachai Gregorian final. I think that's what most people believe, but we could easily see we could see an upset in the semi-finals. We could easily see both of them lose. Wouldn't surprise me at all. If that is whoever it is, I mean, this is the most stacked division in all combat sports. This featherweight kickboxing division, it's so stacked. Anyone could kind of beat anyone on their day. For Petrosian, again, I don't think it really matters yet, but he could fight any number of people. Someone who's lost in the first round, won the semi-final losers. He could wait to fight the winner. I reckon if he wanted to wait, he could fight the winner of Superbon versus the GP winner. He could fight the GP final loser. Could fight someone else. You know, whoever he fights, he will have a competitive fight because everyone's so good in this division.
Plenty of options going forward. I'm still in disbelief. I don't.
My phone's going crazy with like tweets and like, oh my god, and like no one can believe. I mean, if
I'm not saying this sounds kind of hyperbole, but I had the same reaction when Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren. Like in terms of things you don't expect to see happen.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I think. Yeah. Well, that was partly crazy because it literally just happened off the bat. This one was kind of crazy because Petrosian, as Donnie as they go, he's probably got the best defense in the sport.
Yeah. What did he do wrong?
Well, he for someone whose defense is so good, he just left his chin there, like completely exposed. Which
Superbon set it up though pretty well. It looked like with the left hook.
Was Petrosian was he emotional at all? Because was he? He didn't seem to be, but he's not really used to, or not in recent years. I don't think fighters bad mouthing him like Superbon did, accusing him of being scared, accusing him of running away.
Do you think complacency? He's kind of settled in as this, the big daddy of the division, and no one's been able to touch him. Other than that Pet Marcotte, which was overturned.
I don't think he would have been complacent just because this division's so stacked and Superbon out of anyone has earned this title shot. Yeah, so I don't think so. I might be wrong, but I don't think he would have had that attitude, particularly with Superbond's comments. He would have trained even harder.
Did it
You
get in
would
his
have thought.
head? Maybe.
Maybe.
Tom Taylor in the chat. Tom Taylor's completely shocked by that main event.
I think most
So am I,
people
Tom
are.
Taylor. Yeah. I'll see. I like this. Even my chin is sore after that kick. That is like a highlight reel. That is knockout. That'll be
knockout
played
of the
for
year?
years.
In any combat sport.
Trying to think, but that is up there,
if you
right?
think how the brutalness of it, the accuracy of it, who it was on, that in a title fight, because all them things contribute to like fights of the year and that what was at stake and who was fighting, and it ticked every box when it comes to knockout of the year.
Chris says Petrosian won't be back till after GP's finished.
Yeah.
Don't you want to finish it this year?
I don't reckon they will finish it this year, especially with COVID now. I think, although kickboxers tend to fight more regularly than MMA, I think, they haven't got any more live events for X, even then, even if they had the fights, if they fought on X semi-finals, the next card is a week later, I think. So, or maybe 2 weeks later, but it's probably too soon. Particularly in our eyes, we don't want 2 weeks between. We want fighters to be able to have a 3-round war and then recover and be 100 or near 100% fit for the final.
Sepulot's up in Canada. That KO was absolutely nuts. Kick so quick, it looked like it teleported through Petrosian's glove.
The other thing as well is you don't often see someone stiffen up that much. You see people get knocked unconscious, but it's another level when that person literally, way before they've even hit the ground, is like a stiff plank.
Percy's read on Bloody Elbow that one is having financial problems. It's well documented, Percy. But yeah, Bloody Elbow has all the info. We've discussed it many times, but
I don't think it has, to be honest. I know they're losing a lot of money, but I don't understand that side of things. But if you listen to Fight Oracle on Twitter, he says they have zero debt, and that is huge in business. They also have massive investors, and also these investors, they're all business savvy. So I think there's a risk involved. There's always a risk involved, particularly throwing that much money in. Obviously, the plan is to make one so popular that they can start charging a lot more for TV rights and pay-per-views down the road, and they'll be able to do that because the popularity is so big, and they're on the right route of doing it. Look at the Nielsen numbers and that, because everything's free. Like, this card is live now on YouTube in almost every country in the world, and even those countries it isn't, every fight will be on YouTube tomorrow or over the weekend. So every fight is available on YouTube. They have promos, and they do other stuff and that. So it's still a risk, but I think it's a calculated risk.
I won't weigh in on the financial. We debated it before on the podcast, but we'll stick to the fights tonight. But Percy, yeah, it is. It's all on Bloody Elbow. So make what you will, and as Leon says,
one is that his Bloody Elbow, and two is I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of relaying what Fight Oracle said on Twitter, who has a good insight to the financial side of sport and business.
Yeah, some people think one is about to fold tomorrow. Other people think the complete opposite, and there's no middle ground. So,
the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. They don't want to be losing millions a year, but at the same time, they can afford to because they have the investors and they have zero debt. And apparently, like I just said a minute, apparently it's a rarity for a big organisation to have zero debt. Look how much debt, what they call, who owns the UFC, has. They're billions in debt. They're billions in debt. what are they called? Not Paradigm.
Endeavor.
Endeavor, yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't pay anyone. All right.
But they also, again, this is according to Fight Oracle. I'm just relaying him because I don't know what I'm talking about. But he said the UFC makes so much money and they've got a loan. Once that's paid off in 2026 and they're paying billions on that, they are going to be seriously quids in. So
yeah,
they're
it's
massively
like,
in debt now. The UFC is safe money, particularly the ESPN deal. And UFC is making all their money, Endeavor. Again, I'm just relaying Fight Oracle's.
It'll
tweets.
be like when Arsenal paid off the Emirates Stadium, and then suddenly they were rich, but then they were so shit anyway, and they spent all their money, but they're so far behind. It's a football analogy, Leon.
Oh, I was going to tell you my shocking story.
Oh yeah, what is your shocking story?
So, despite what I said about Japanese food a month or two ago, I actually I went out for a Japanese meal
In Bali.
in Bali.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, it was an accident. I didn't mean to.
There's a restaurant.
There's a restaurant. Well, there's all sorts of restaurants everywhere, isn't there? But I'll tell you the story.
There are all sorts of restaurants.
No, but yeah. So this is sort of right. So there's a newish restaurant a few hundred meters away from where I live, and it looks beautiful. And because I'm about 10 minutes away from the beach, it's pretty quiet here at the moment because there's no tourists here, and I guess the ones that are here are nearer the beach. And as the island gets busier, it gets busier inland, so it's very quiet. Every time I go past this restaurant, it's dead. So I thought I'm going to go in and give them a bit of business and try and be a friendly neighbour. And I didn't know it was a Japanese restaurant. But I should have guessed, because one thing about Japanese restaurants is they're the best looking restaurants in the world. Japanese have the most beautiful
Didn't have the red lanterns outside.
Yeah, they did have all that. I should have guessed. Really. Yeah. But I just thought it was a nice looking restaurant. And I didn't put two and two together. But I did have a noodle dish and some dumplings, and it was amazing. And I will go back. But yeah,
was it better than Tokyo?
It was better than most of the meals I had in Tokyo, to be honest. Although I did have one ramen in Tokyo, vegan ramen, which was unbelievable. But the noodle dish, I had a vegetable noodle dish, was amazing. And I had some veggie dumplings, and it was really good. And I'll definitely go back. But I thought it was quite funny, the fact that just before that, I was saying, Japanese food. I don't even like Japanese food. And then I ended up in a Japanese
4 out of 5 stars.
I'd give it 4.5.
5 out of 5.
4.5. 4.5. Especially, and it was decor. I was on the upstairs bit. There's an upstairs restaurant part of it, and it's just beautiful. I love Japanese restaurants. They're just stunning.
Who knew the best Japanese restaurant is in Bali?
Well,
that's madness.
And it's literally walking distance from where I live, and I'm just on a quiet road as well. So there's in fact, it's probably the only proper restaurant. There's a couple of the little restaurants that people have in their front garden, sort of thing. Which
I'm gonna have to come and see you, Leon.
You need to get yourself over here, mate.
What's the quarantine like?
I think you've got quarantine at the moment, but I think you've got quarantine most places, haven't you?
Maybe next year.
Next year.
Aishin Lam, I missed you guys' reactions for the knockout. I think it was like this, Aishin. We were like,
yeah, it was just two of us going.
We just went silent. We were talking about something stupid, I'm pretty sure.
Noodles.
Noodles, yeah.
I just think before that, I don't want to tell my story now because I will end up missing the fight. And as I was saying that, Petrosian got knocked into 2024.
He went to the shadow realm. Can we get some Leon stories later? We just had a couple, Chris.
Yeah.
Leon's got any more stories?
I've got another mini little story. It's not as fun as that one. Done my first jiu-jitsu class at Bali MMA.
Oh, wowzers.
Yeah.
Today?
2.5 weeks ago.
Okay, so you haven't followed it up yet.
I was going to, but I banged my ribs again. They're still
Oh,
bruised
okay.
now. I don't have the rib cage because I've cracked them 4 times in the past.
Oh, shit.
They're very susceptible. So I'm definitely going back though. I'm going to go back next week, regardless of if my ribs are better or not. I've been watching a lot of jiu-jitsu and been watching a lot of Gracie stuff and John Danaher and a few fights and that. So I'm mad for it now. But yeah, I need to strengthen my ribs cage somehow.
Congrats, Leon. I did my first class last month, says Sepulot.
The funny thing is, actually, I've done 4 or 5
Congrats,
jiu-jitsu classes
Sepulot, as well.
7 years ago. And in the last one I've done, I stopped because I cracked a rib. And then my first one back, I didn't crack it because it's not as bad, but just bruised it. It's just been a nightmare sleeping at night. But Sepulot, yeah, first class well. Good. Did you love it? I loved it, really, apart from getting kneed in the ribs. I didn't enjoy that part, but it's amazing. It's brilliant because it's just so.
Who kneed you in the ribs?
The guy I was rolling with at one point.
It just wasn't a randomer. Just came and kneed you.
Well, no, we were trying to copy Andrew Leone, who was taking the class. Trying to practice the move he was doing, but it turns out when I watched him do it again after we've been practicing, we thought you had to jump, switch, and land with your knee on the body, and that wasn't the case. So I took their knees to the body for nothing.
God damn it, Leon!
I need to strengthen my ribs up anyway.
Well, we can have Leon versus Sepulot.
Book it in now.
Couple of years. Yeah,
it's cool, bro. It's cool, just like at the end, rolling, tapping out, like just to know you put yourself in that position where you can just get strangled unconscious. Well, if you did tackle, it's quite cool just to be putting yourself in a vulnerable position like that, especially everyone else. Although there was a couple of blue belts, most people white belts, I was the only person who was completely a beginner. So you're like when you're rolling in the end. Although I was quite impressed with myself with defense, but apart from that, I just felt pretty useless.
Well, I have a loose plan to start it next year, so yeah, maybe we can finally book this fight, Leon. You and we can make it a grappling match or something.
With Sepulot as well, a little tournament.
Little 3-way triple
white
threat
belt tournament.
Yeah.
Any other white belts want to join us?
Yeah.
I want to start doing it 2 or 3 times a week as well. I really want to throw myself into it.
Yeah, that's the only thing stopping me is everyone says you kind of have to do it every day to really get better. So I don't have the time to do that, definitely. But I could do it once or twice a week. But if it's 4 or 5 times, that's tough. Anyway, now that was an amazing knockout. I'm still not over it, says Ocean Lamb. I'm not over it. I've found it on Twitter. One has just tweeted it out, and it's got 289 retweets, courtesy of me. I've just given them the last of those retweets, but it is spectacular. The more I see it, I'm going to get a. So Leon, I'm going to give you a question.
Go on then.
While I get another drink. All right. Percy asks, what happened to Rich Franklin's One Warrior series? So that's all yours quickly. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a quick answer, but you go for it. Well, in a word, COVID. Yeah, so COVID put a halt to a lot of things. We've got the Road to One going, but that's kind of to give fighters a fight that's kind of stuck in their country or to make it easier for them. Just had one in London, England this past weekend, which was I think it was all Muay Thai. Liam Harrison fought and won on the card. But I would hope Rich Franklin's One Warrior series will return when things go back to normal or normal-ish. Also, One Hero series, haven't heard from that since. I think I mentioned this the other week. When I was in the Philippines just before COVID, I think February, they done One Hero series card for later transmission, to be shown later. I don't think it's ever been shown, almost 2 years later. So yeah, COVID's put a spanner in the works for a lot of things. There you go. Just finishing time.
All right. Yeah. Shall we leave it here, Leon?
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
I
Okay.
don't think we
Well,
can add anything to that card, really. That card.
it's been a good 3.5 hours, so we'll call it an end. Thank you, Leon. Thank you,
Thanks for
everyone,
having me.
for yeah, it's a pleasure, and well done on your jiu-jitsu, and we'll see you all. I don't know when. I probably won't recap
When's next
UFC on
gen?
Sunday.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks we'll be back for that. I'm sure we'll do some previews for that and some media days. So we'll see you then, guys. But yeah, it's time to wrap it up here. Later, mates, as Tom Taylor says. It's been a good one. Thank you, Leon. Everyone go check out Asian Persuasion MMA, right?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Got nothing better
right.
to do. Go for it.
Yeah. Stay safe. We'll see you all soon. Thank you.